Because I'm streaming. Alright, can you see me? Alright, I'm gonna... Well, here, speak real quick. See if I can hear you via... It is live on YouTube. Can you... I can't hear you through my computer. I can hear the... Let me just try refreshing. No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah? Fuck. And I can hear the background music. Why don't you try refreshing your end real quick?
How about now?
Yeah!
All right.
I mean, are we streaming on YouTube right now?
Well, I'm about to find out. Let me see.
So am I.
I'm gonna mute the Roll20 thing. Hold on.
Why? Oh my god, it's fucking working!
I know. I just so I muted Roll20 so I could see what the sound was doing, and it's a delay of like I would say about like 8-10 seconds, but
This
that's
is so cool,
standard.
Gabe. It's working.
It's standard stuff. So it looks like it's totally working right now.
All right.
And you can see both of us on the YouTube thing, and your video sizing and everything is quite good.
Right, and I'm literally just streaming what's on my desktop. Like nothing else.
But see, that's easier for you. I have to actually, and I can show you how to do it if you want, but you can interact. Like if you like set up a browser source through OBS, like if you go to add sources. So the stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended. Okay, well whatever. That's probably not something we can control. So
I mean, I can control that from my end too under settings. Bitrate.
If you but if you anyway, if you can try it this way. If you go to sources, or add source, and then select browser.
Oh, okay. Okay. Add existing.
And then so find browser there.
Create new. Okay.
And then browsers or whatever, name it whatever, and then. Okay, then copy and paste the Roll20 URL.
Copy and paste the Roll20. This guy right here.
Yeah, and change the height and width to 1920 and 1280, which is probably what your computer is.
1920 and 1280.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then right-click down in the sort of listed things that the listed sources. Right-click and click interact, and then you can log on through this portal right here.
Oh,
So
I see.
If you right-click and then select interact on this.
Yeah. I mean, this is a little more complicated than we need to go.
Well, it will lock it so that it's all that it's showing is Roll20. You can like do something else on your computer, it'll still only show Roll20.
I'm totally with you. Okay.
So then you just log in here with your login.
Yeah, I don't even know my login now. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you can find it in your saved passwords and stuff.
Right.
I had to do that too because I never once not used the auto login.
20 here. Benjamin S. My account. I'll change this. Oh, I just go to. I guess login is probably my email, right?
Yeah, it is for sure. Our viewers just went from 2 to 0. Why did that happen? I'm still watching. No data.
Mine still says 2 on my screen. Is that all caps? What the fuck? I guess I'll just change my password here. Oh well, there's my password. Dang.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can just use the way you were doing it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just use the way I was doing it. I don't want to change my password and do all this shit while we're streaming. Because, I mean, look, you're right here. We're already on. Well, let's give ourselves a thumbs up. That's amazing. You guys are awesome. Yeah, there's a small delay, but... Oh, we could change the, what is it? The bit rate, right? Is it our bit rate is low?
Yeah. It won't, I'm sure that YouTube will not promote something with a low bit rate.
Okay.
Oh, but now it says good connection.
Now it says good connection.
But, yeah. But you can, you should, on OBS, you should close that window with the browser window you opened, or to remove it from the sources, because it's showing up overloaded.
Oh, it is. Okay. So just boop. And then, oh, I see. This thing will go minus. Yes. Okay.
I think you minus the wrong one. That's.
All right.
It's not. I think you minus the wrong one though.
No, it just took a while. It's just delayed.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Nice. Now I've got my super comfortable chair here, but it puts me a little bit lower. I'm trying to get it to where the light is not reflecting.
Oh, the problem is the camera. It should be higher.
Okay.
There you go. That's a lot better. Yeah,
Yay.
that's a lot better.
I like it looking up at me though. It's a better angle.
Not from a lighting perspective. I have to. My chair is at its lowest like setting. How do I like this?
Huh? How do you like it?
Yeah.
Just give
How do
it
I
a
like
thumbs
this?
up.
Oh, I think my view is different.
We've got 2 thumbs up already, so.
Not from me. I mean, I can't do it. Or I haven't figured out how to do it.
I mean, we started streaming a little early. Oh, well, we're only 5 minutes away from game time.
Yeah, I mean, no, we're good. This was the right timing.
It's the right time to start, so let's just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Now I'm just gonna leave my account logged in and watching it because that gives us a viewer.
Perfect. I'm also going to leave mine watching it since it doesn't seem to be burdening my computer overly much. Streaming did make my computer run at 90% capacity. But watching it.
I'm probably running at low capacity myself, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything else. I just flashed our my private keys on our stream. That's for DTube though. That's the decentralized YouTube. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's a cool alternative. It might be the future.
Well, I mean,
it's
stream it on there, man. I mean,
yeah, I
that's
will. It's
that's
uncensorable.
that's how a lot of people blow up, is they get on a platform early, and there's only 3 things running, and people watch it.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, it's uncensorable. No one can censor it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not that our thing really will get censored much.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna start cussing up a storm.
Probably not.
I mean,
but even if you cuss, YouTube does it'll. I mean, I flagged it as not. My whole channel is not for children.
Bon ton.
Can't hear you yet.
Not yet. I know. I'm just getting excited. Hey, let's keep it a secret, not tell anybody that we're streaming.
That's a terrible plan.
I want everyone to act natural, though. People will act differently. You know?
Maybe Isaac. I don't think Mike. Isaac acts a little weird, I feel like.
Bon ton.
There he is.
Bon ton.
Hey, we hear you.
Oh, hi. I heard you and I was talking to you, but I guess I wasn't going through.
Not till just now. Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying? We're streaming?
Yeah.
We're not gonna tell you. That's the secret.
We're streaming live on Weird Wild West to YouTube.
Yeah, go to the YouTube and log in on your phone and start watching it so we have another viewer. Right now we got 2 viewers and 2 thumbs up.
Well, the problem is this is my phone, and so if I do that, I won't be playing.
Oh well, that's all right.
Yeah, I really need to buy a webcam. They're like $20. I need to buy a couple and stop using our phones.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I didn't buy because I shopped webcams hard, and I didn't buy the super high professional type webcam, the type that millions of followers guys buy. But I bought the step down from that, and I think it was, I want to say $52 or something like that, which is not overly expensive.
No, I see some decent ones that are on sale right now for like $29.99 and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, mine's really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's also wide angle, so it's capable of capturing a room, which was why I originally bought it.
And then here, Roll20 likes to cut everything down to a square.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's completely underutilized at this point. It's completely in waste.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter if doesn't matter if I do, what is it? There's different. Oops. I just recorded something.
You just recorded that great shot of your palm.
What's going on? Yeah. There we go. There's wide angle.
Yeah, you can do wide angle. I could do wide angle on this one too, but it would show a messy guest bedroom.
What you doing? Where's your pants?
Just now I was testing the stream, and I streamed me reading to Greg. There's Isaac.
What up, Bear?
Bath time. Go.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to get my cornflakes in.
That's all right. Isaac's doing a little puff over there.
It looks like a hookah. Are you smoking a
It
hookah?
is. Yep.
Looks gangster as fuck.
He's got a home hookah.
Are you in a Turkish pub right now?
No, but I do have techno music, and I'm sitting outside on my patio.
I can smell the Nag Champa from here.
Well, in any case, Isaac, we are live streaming on YouTube just to keep you up to date.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We have 2 viewers, me and Ben.
If you want to log on with your phone and give us a thumbs up.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Hey, there I am.
Like bomb us, double our like rate.
I'm telling you, we got 2 thumbs ups already.
No, we don't. We have one according to my. Oh, we have 3 concurrent viewers though just now. And we got 2 likes.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm telling you, Ben. They when you press
just did
like, it doubles. It shows you more than you like have. YouTube does this whole deception thing. I can see the real numbers here.
Now it went down to 0.
Yeah, who unliked us? Isaac, did you just give us thumbs down?
You can
Okay.
you
I'm
can
not
either
on
thumbs
YouTube
down
right
or
now.
you can unlike it.
I literally
can-
see 3 thumbs up and 3 people watching.
I literally cannot give a thumbs up as the author of the channel or whatever. Anyway, where the hell is Ivy? He's usually one of our earlier arrivals.
Oh, be careful with that. Give that back to mommy. Okay. A wedding ring.
Well,
Oh boy.
I guess that's the end of that.
You slipped in there with that. What a method.
That's not subtle at all.
Here, go give this to your dad. I'm out.
I like our array of consumption. We've got Gabe drinking beer, Isaac smoking his hookah, and me eating cornflakes.
Yep, and Mike over there collecting wedding rings.
Just one.
Should have at least 2, right?
Yeah, the engagement ring's
I don't know
coming
what
down.
mine is.
Oh, you don't know who yours is? Yeah, the same
Mine
as
is-
me. I haven't known where mine is since like 2014.
All right, Gabe, you're right, because now it's showing 2 thumbs up and 3 people watching.
That is still not accurate. It's still giving you an extra one.
How do
I'm
we
showing
lose a
2.
thumbs up?
We're 2 and 0 right now.
I'm showing 1.
Me and Isaac both thumbs up.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh.
So it's just Ben and me.
Yeah, it should be 2. I don't know why it's showing 1. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Any
Alright.
sort of interaction. You know what the YouTube's dirty secret is?
What?
Dislike, thumbs down are equally valuable for your algorithm rating as thumbs up.
By the way, you have your personal email address in one of the tabs. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, yeah, good point. Bloop,
Hate for someone to watch this. Yeah.
bloop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about getting my identity stolen. There we go.
I'm gonna
Just make
check
sure you
Isaac.
type in your password when you while you're streaming there.
You know what's funny? is
Wait a
I'm
minute.
Also,
What exactly is streaming?
this is streaming.
Oh, well, I have no idea what's going on. So, who's streaming it?
I am.
Oh,
So everything I see on my computer
oh.
is being streamed.
And of me, you can see
Mm-hmm.
my square, right?
Correct.
Just your square.
Okay, so I don't have to put pants on.
No. Just
Was
like-
that ever an option?
Yeah.
Was that ever a requirement?
No, pants are not optional. They're not allowed. Wait, I was gonna text Ivy. I forgot what I was doing.
Get your ball. Go.
Turn my music back on.
No. Did anybody else update their iPhone, their iOS, and then just be completely unable to navigate it?
No.
I got a brand new phone, and it's different.
Yeah, I got Android.
Well, I delayed an update for, I want to say 6 weeks, but then they finally just force updated me, and now I can't find anything or navigate.
Oh, you did the update with the app tray and all that crap.
I don't know. It forced me to do it. There he is.
They're trying to make it look more like Android now with the recent app tray or app page.
Yeah. No, it's all weird. Like all my quick shortcuts have all changed, and I have to get confused.
Yeah, and there's like widgets and stuff now.
And it's like pushing news on me all the time. I had news disabled before, but now I'm getting news updates constantly.
What up, Ivy?
Yo, what up, guys?
Hey, we're live streaming on YouTube.
You know, I was kind of curious about that because I saw, I was at work, I went outside for a break, and I saw, ooh, Weird Wild West, what's this? They, Gabe uploaded a new video. Checked it out, and it's a live stream test or something like that, right? So, okay. So we're live on YouTube.
But for the record, I will be uploading new videos soon. I have, scripts and everything. I've just been, I don't know, kind of, obsessing over things. I'm just gonna try to get them out. Stop
watching too much politics, perhaps.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure people are way more interested in our Dungeons and Dragons game versus the riots that are about to break out in the streets.
Yeah.
Over the country.
Yeah, we're about to learn who the Proud Boys really are. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, and I am going to try to use my storyteller drama voice.
Let's see if it works.
Is it working?
I hear it.
All right. An era begins. After their successful encounter at the Deathless Council, our heroes traveled by mysterious portal back to Kerwin Manor, where they were greeted by the Lady Kerwin, who revealed her codename, the Serene, and Akiri, codenamed Corrector. They investigated the late Mr. Kerwin's library, finding an encyclopedia series describing the rituals of the natives, and a series describing the anatomy of known monsters. They read letters to the late Mr. Terrence, codenamed Loremaster, which described strange tales of attacks on people in St. Louis, New Orleans, and Galveston. The St. Louis attacks were centered on the docks and described nightly incursions by swarms of snake-like creatures that emerged from a wall of water. After cross-referencing with the anatomical tomes, the investigation reveals a monster known as the Nyroth. Bonton's demons fear the creature, which to them is known as the Leviathan. Our heroes conducted a daytime investigation, finding Dock 37 with its strange, concealed underwater room still intact. But most of the main sections of the dock, including all of the functioning cranes, had been destroyed. Elsie also visited the Solar Market, where she encountered a strange Chinese man who traded her a dragon-engraved music box for some random rocks out of her bag. Elsie also picked up a damaged cricket cage and a juvenile cricket, but when she woke up the next morning, the cricket had grown into an oversized super cricket that chirped in a way that almost suggests intellect. Elsie fell asleep that night to the gentle tune of the dragon box and was unable to awake until Milo closed the box the next morning. Bonton conducted a thorough investigation of Miss Kerwin, learning that her husband was born into a family of knights, but that her husband was a librarian by trade. There were hints of a complicated past, but the lady managed to keep very few secrets. Elsie reconnected with an old flame, Tom Brannicky, who sold our heroes dynamite and told him that Mr. Chateau had strong-armed his father, the old elder Mr. Brannicky, into selling all of the gunpowder to Mr. Chateau after the town was beset with panic when the monster attacked. Joseph and Bonton headed down to the docks as night fell and found a wall of water with flailing snake-headed tentacles that reached out and shredded anything they could find. The tentacles seemed to move slowly further and further onto the land, almost as though they were reaching out, grasping and crawling out of the water. Bonton melted into the shadows and approached the beast. As Joseph lost sight of him, Bonton was overwhelmed by waves of awe and fear that the beast inspired, and he crumpled into unconsciousness, still invisible. Back at the manor, Bear is composing a letter to J.D. Rock, suggesting that he should abandon the mining operations and prepare himself for a political campaign, as Bear is hoping to leverage the power of Citibank to install Rock as governor of the currently unorganized territories known locally as Colorado. His ultimate goal is to protect the Ute people from the whims of the U.S. Army. Milo is headed to the Chateau Manor to inquire after the whereabouts of Mr. Chateau and the purpose of his acquisition of available supplies of gunpowder. Okay, is that accurate? Everybody, wait, I feel like I've lost 2 people here. Oh, Isaac? Can you guys see him? There he is.
He's back.
All right. I guess who would like to go first? Joseph and Bonton? Milo or Bear?
I mean, I'm fine with going like second or last. I'm fine.
Okay.
We can start, but you need to turn off your voice thingy.
Oh, right.
All right, back to normal voice. Okay, so Bonton, as you lose awareness of your surroundings, you begin to see familiar faces flash before you. The first one is the miner that you murdered for gold in Rocktown on that fateful night. His face lingers in your mind for a moment, and you can see the blood pouring from his neck. The second, almost fading in over the image of the first, is the kindly native woman who nursed you back to health before you slay her in your escape. And you can see the anguish on her face as she becomes aware that you will betray her, that her work to save you has been for naught. The next is a man you murdered as a pirate years ago, a man who you had met at the bar the night before and knew that he was that his wife was pregnant and that he was soon to be done with his tour of duty, and you gathered information about his ship from him and used it against them in your attack against that ship the next day, and you personally felled him in your pirate's rush of the ship. As these memories wash over you, you sink deeper and deeper into a pit of despair and darkness, and you can roll an intellect defense check.
Okay.
Yeah, you continue to sink. Joseph, as you're sort of outside the reach of these flailing tentacles, outside of the periphery of this wall of water that's surging up over the banks of the river, over the docks, consuming the cranes and the infrastructure near the water, you suddenly hear a piercing howl of pain and fear. And as the howl washes over you, you can roll an insight check for me.
Okay, I'll use effort on this.
Mm-hmm.
1 level. Oh God, that was horrible.
Something about that strikes you as familiar, but you can't place it.
And last I saw of Bonton, he was turning into the shadow demon.
Yeah,
creature.
he had transformed into the Shadow Mastiff, into the dog that is made of the nature of shadow.
All right, even though I horribly failed my insight check, I'm gonna assume that howling was probably him, since he's like a shadow dog. But I have no visual on him, right?
No, you have no visual. You could try to find him based on the source of the noise, but that would be difficult, especially with that insight check.
I'm going to attempt to locate him based on that noise.
So that means rushing towards the wall of water, into the sort of radius of these flailing tentacles.
Right. Right.
Okay. Roll a DL4 speed defense check as these tentacles are flailing about.
Now it seems like my pools are pretty low. Should they be? Did we get in some kind of combat before this, or did I just never rest and recover?
So immediately before this, you arrived at at Kerwin House, and you had a pretty social encounter, from what I remember.
Yeah, Ben, I think you just didn't like reset your stats after we rested.
Okay.
Because we haven't gotten any combat, no major struggles. It was
Yeah,
just
we hadn't
like
slept since then.
role playing and shit.
Okay, yeah, I just never. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I am. Shit. Can I? All right, so this wall of water. Can I hack my way through these tentacles with my sword? Would that help?
You could, but they seem almost, without limit. There's so many that it's not like it's just all tentacles. It's just like a tentacle flails out, and another one flails here, and they cross each other.
It really wouldn't
You could
help.
dodge them.
It really wouldn't help if I were swinging my sword.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, right now they don't seem to be going specifically for you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to use 2 levels of effort on this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you maneuver your way deftly through the tentacles. They slam on each side of you, but they seem to be consumed with their purpose of inching their way forward onto the shore, and they do not make contact with you. Now you're going to need to roll a search check to see if you can find an invisible shadow beast.
Okay, using a level of effort. Actually, using 2 levels of effort.
Okay, sure.
So that's a 5.
You
DC 5.
almost trip over an unseen creature in the darkness beneath your feet. It's at the very base of this pillar of water, this wall of water that seems to be jetting itself upwards over the bank. And almost as you approach it within just a hand-reaching distance, you trip over something large at your feet, and it's shuddering.
Is it Bonton?
As you reach down and sort of feel on it, it does feel like a dog, a huge dog.
Alright, I'm gonna use my telekinesis to get us out of here.
Okay, how will that work?
My telekinesis doesn't really move us very quickly. That's the thing. I mean, how heavy is he in shadow form? Can I just pick him up and throw him over my shoulder?
Yeah, let's roll a strength check.
Yeah, bro, he's like a mastiff. He's like 110, 130 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You can lift him up.
With a good strength check, you can carry him.
Okay, my roll's been decent so far. I'm gonna use another level of effort on this. I'll just use 1 because it shouldn't be too difficult. Alright.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely whip him up onto your shoulder, and as you do, you feel him shuddering and shaking and just whimpering. You hear tiny little.
And as my minor effect, can I say I just make it out of there?
Yeah, you just run. You just bolt, and you're. Can you roll an intellect check as a wave of fear washes over you?
Yes, and I'll use 2 levels of effort on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You feel a wave of fear, but it doesn't bother you. And in fact, let me give you your major effect here. The next time you face this, you do not need to roll against it.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. And so as you bolt out of the range of this horrid creature, carrying the mastiff, you finally make your way into the empty streets, which are completely abandoned in the early evening. The creature flails away behind you, dragging itself slowly onto the shore.
I don't think my
But still-
healing powers can help him at all, because it's mental damage, right? He's like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
Oh,
still under its effect?
Yes, and Bonton, you should take 5 intellect points of damage. I forgot about that.
Okay.
but you are dragged out of there. Let's cut to Milo. Or Bear.
Yo.
Yeah, let's do Milo. Go for it. As you
All
approach the Chateau Manor, or mansion, the first thing you notice is that there are a lot of people there. And they seem heavily armed.
Like a bunch of guards outside the place?
Maybe some of them are guards, but some of them seem to be waiting to get in. Like, the place is packed.
Really? Okay. I will just casually make my way towards the door, you know?
You get a couple looks as you approach. You see that everybody there is heavily armed. And there is... can
wait.
you roll an insight check for me real quick?
Real quick, maybe before that, I did want to stop to one of the guys and just be like, "Excuse me, sir, why all the ruckus? Why are so many people look like they're willing to get into a fight over here?"
Yeah, roll a persuasion check or a pleasant social interaction check.
All right, well, I am specialized in persuasion, so I will just roll and add 1 to whatever I roll. So it'll deal 3 to some rando.
Yeah, he looks at you and he kind of eyeballs you a little suspiciously. He's wearing decent, he's not wearing worker clothes. He's got a suit and a tie that looks like, he looks like he's at least upper middle class kind of feel. And in fact, as you look over the group, you think most of them are at least that. And he says to you, "Well, we're gathering here for, I'm not at liberty to say, but we're gathering to, we're gathering to make our city strong again."
Oh, you mean to destroy whatever that creature is that is wrecking shop in town?
Roll an insight check.
Oh God, I don't really have insight, but
That's right. Roll. It's a DL3. It's not super hard.
I'm sure I got something that'll help me out with that. I'll just roll random. Let's just see what happens. 5. Okay.
Oh yeah. He's concealing a lot from you, and he sort of shuts down.
I'm like, I lean in close to him and whisper, and I'm like, "Oh, you mean those immigrants? They may have caused this problem."
They caused it, he said. He whispers, and then he pretends he didn't say anything.
I nod at him like I know and I agree, and I walk to the front of the line of whatever's going on here.
You just gotta push your way in.
Yep.
You're wearing the nicest suit, so people kind of and you have the most confidence, and you're kind of tall, and people kind of let you through a little bit until you get to the front, and then there's a very thick fellow with his arms crossed, and he says, "Hey, you, cutting in line. What's your situation? You have an invitation here? What's the situation?"
I lean in close to him and I say, "I'm here to speak to Mr. Chateau regarding his Citibank arrangements."
You can make that an intimidation if you'd like, or persuasion.
I'll make it a persuasion since I'm specialized in that shit. Add 1 to this. Okay, a 7.
He pats you on the shoulder and just sort of pulls you through the crowd, like a bouncer would do at a club to a pretty girl. Just sort of pulls you through the crowd and it escorts you in. Inside is packed. He pulls you through the crowd, though, just sort of shoving people out of the way to get you to a back staircase where there's a cordon, like a cordoned off area on the staircase, and he sort of opens the cordon and points you upstairs.
All right, I go upstairs.
As you head upstairs, you see there's a one door open in the hallway, and it opens to a very plush study. As you kind of turn the corner up onto this balcony overlooking the large crowd downstairs, you can see in there that seated at the desk is Mr. Chateau with a couple of gruff-looking fellows with cigars.
Okay. And I say, "Good evening, Mr. Chateau. My name is Francis Applebottom. I have come here on behalf of Citibank to discuss your business."
He kind of narrows his eyes at you and he says, I don't know. I don't know a Francis Applebottom. I wasn't
No,
informed.
I believe under you knew Terrence, correct?
I did all my business with Mr. Terrence, and I will continue to do so.
Yes, Mr. Terrence is no longer with the company. Too many improprieties with his business dealings.
That his eyes narrow, and you're going to need a persuasion check on that.
I'll put in a level of effort.
And that's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, I'll put in a level of effort, so I get to add 2 to whatever difficulty I hit here.
Oh.
No!
He stands up, and you can see he's wearing a large gun, and his 2 companions stand up, and you see that they are both wearing guns, and they pull back their coats sort of dramatically with their hands on their hip, and he says, I think it's about time you headed back downstairs, sir.
I'll reach into my coat. I'll pull out that letter for, like, you know, the VP ship.
As you reach into your coat, their hands pretty obviously lift their guns.
And I pull the letter.
Mm-hmm.
I slowly walk towards him and hand it to him.
Well, the two you have to kind of pass the other 2, and they're behind you with their guns drawn now. He puts his gun away and takes the letter.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be aggressive at all. I'm just being confident and stoic.
He takes the letter. He reads over it. Highly unusual.
How do
Mr.
you mean?
Applebottom, is it?
Yes, it is.
What business does Citibank have? He sits down and he crosses his arms and leans back.
I reach out like to get the letter back from him.
He sort of drops it on the desk in front of you.
I pick it up, put it in my coat pocket, and I say, well, given that this is private business, perhaps only your closest confidant should stay.
He waves his hand, and the other 2 holster their weapons and step out of the room, closing the door.
Good. I understand from your correspondence with the previous VP, Mr. Terrence, that you were looking to renegotiate the terms of your loan or get an extension. Is that correct?
We've encountered some unexpected difficulties, business-wise. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I've certainly surveyed the city. I understand that everyone's in tight spots right now. What with some crazy destruction going on along the river?
Yes.
And certainly the signs of turmoil brewing outside your home here, they don't bode well either. I wonder, can Citibank truly count on the Chateau House to be able to repay their loans?
You can rest assured that I, Auguste Chateau, one of the most successful businessmen that have ever lived, will repay my debts.
Well, words alone are fine, but without a plan, there's not much reassurance there, sir. I hope you can understand my position. After all, the late Mr. Terrence here, he did not manage his accounts properly.
He sort of pushes back from the desk and stands up. He's a big, fat fellow with a heavy beard and a very sort of stern, angry brow, heavy brow with angry eyes, and he sort of stands up and sort of he stands eye to eye with you as he sort of looks into you, and he says, "If you're handling my account, then you need to understand something, Mr. Applebottom. I run this town. Citibank doesn't."
You run this town so long as you have enterprise, sir. Without funding from Citibank, it doesn't look like you're going to have an enterprise. So please spare me the intimidation attempts and the bluster. It doesn't affect me.
He seems there's a little bit of a softening at that, almost a little bit of a wry smile, as that was definitely an intimidation attempt. And he says,
This evening, I have very pressing business. I wonder if Citibank can wait a few days.
No, sir, they cannot. After all, you're a trade business. I don't know what you intend to do with your enterprises, assuming this town shuts down. But I understand that you're in the fur trade. Is that correct?
That is one of my many pursuits, yes.
Hmm. Are you reliant upon the natives in this area for your fur trade?
To some degree.
Interesting. I assume for the more exotic and rare findings, you may rely upon their help a bit more, correct?
What interest does Citibank have in my particular transaction?
As I said, I want to make sure that your enterprises can actually repay your loans. And if you cannot secure the repayment of your loans, then there's no reason to give you an extension on your credit.
He shifts in tone. He sort of walks away, breaks this sort of intimidation tactic, eye contact, and he says, "Tell me, Mr. Applebottom, a little bit about you. Now, do you personally believe that the recent changes around here are of any specific cause?"
Well, it's hard to say. Like, I surveyed the docks. I see rampant destruction of many buildings and cranes and docks, but no sign of arson or anything like that that would cause such widespread destruction. It's strange. Like, I've heard rumors around town that there is some sort of sea creature or sea serpent coming out of the river, breaking stuff up. Seems very far-fetched. But at the same time, I looked at the destruction, and it's hard to believe that just a group of any old men could actually cause such things. After all, there are support beams split in half, and the amount of destruction is just wild. Completely wild.
All right, now you can roll me some sort of insight or some sort of other check here.
All right. I'll put some effort into this too. I'll add 2 to whatever I roll, or just 1. I mean, 6.
There is something very strange about the way he's taking in this information, and as you're sort of standing there, you catch a strange smell wafting through the house. You can't quite place it, but it's a little bit like smoke, but a very acrid, acidic smoke. And it strikes you as highly unusual. Definitely not the kind of thing. It's not a cigar. It sort of pierces through the cigar smoke and through the chimney smoke, and through all of the other scents of the room, and stands out to you.
Have I noticed this kind of smell at any point in my adventures?
Roll a lore check.
All right, that's a straight roll because I'm inept. Natural
Ooh,
20.
20.
It reminds you when you visited the fortress of Saint Nefi. There was a sulfuric atmosphere, a sulfuric odor to the place. This reminds you of it.
Okay, I want to take a quick look around. After all, I am attuned with that dagger that allows me to see the ethereal plane. I'm looking for any sorts of, like, weakness in the barrier around this house.
There is a very, not just weakness, there's an opening in the barrier beneath you.
Oh,
At
shit.
least 2 floors beneath you.
Well, shit. That's fucking crazy. Okay. Let's get back to our conversation then, Gabe.
Mhm. He says, "Now, perhaps I can invite you to a little gathering that I've organized.
What was the last part, Gabe? I missed it.
Perhaps I can invite you to a little gathering downstairs.
Well, perhaps. It is growing rather late.
A few
I don't
dozen
know.
of my friends will be there, and we will be deciding the fate of the city.
Oh, You don't say. And if I may pray tell, what is this fate you have in mind for the city?
All right, at that, let's cut there,
Shit.
and we will go to Bear. As you approach Kerwin Manor, or the Kerwin House, Bear, one thing you notice is that there is a large stack of uncollected newspapers outside the door.
I grab them on my way in.
Mm-hmm.
I enter, and I go directly to the office.
Okay.
And I want a little bit more information on what's been going around here and elsewhere. So I start flipping through the newspapers, and I'm looking. It's been a month, so I figure the news has made it back. I'm looking for news about the Colorado territories, and I'm looking for news about the sea monster.
Yeah, so there is from a few weeks back, there is a headline story about natives going on murdering sprees in Colorado, and military action ordered, and that's the headline.
Okay. Then I roll forward and see if there's any military.
Yeah, as you roll forward, the
disorder.
headlines become completely consumed with activities at the docks, and sub-headlines and sort of page 2 headlines, below the fold stuff is, St. Louisians gather in partisan groups to devise their own solutions to the problem. Those kind of stories.
Mm-hmm.
There's a long quote from Mr. Chateau in one of them about how he intends to, the hapless mayor who stole that election from him has done nothing. He intends to strike back.
Hence the gunpowder purchases, no doubt. Excellent. Okay. I quickly. So I want to do Grills to have come in with me,
Mm-hmm. No problem.
and I want to have her look around the office very carefully for
Okay.
particular any things that may be hidden with the type of magic that she can see through.
Yeah, as she sort of examines the office, her eyes fall upon a back room, or sort of a doorway that you saw Joseph go through once before, and it's covered with warding magic.
That I saw Joseph go through once before. Okay.
When
I
you
don't
first
remember.
arrived and looted the Kerwin Manor, yeah.
I'm gonna poke through there.
As you push through, you see that there are boxes and mounted crossbow-type weapons. They're these sort of contraptions that are like crossbows, but made of strange black metal and recurved. They also have the owl sets herself upon a small chest of drawers, made of metal.
I examine it
Well, each
carefully,
drawer,
without opening it. I carefully poke around, see if there's a.
each drawer is locked.
And
as you're examining it, you see on the back is a little insignia, like a logo, made at the made to order for Citibank by Johnson's Crafting Company.
each drawer is locked. I look around for keys. It's a traditional hole on each drawer.
Yep.
I don't think I have a real lock-picking skill or anything.
Okay. Well, it seems that Mrs. Kerwin has noticed your arrival, or noticed the arrival of someone, and has made her way into the study and looks about. Sees you over there.
Out. Oh, she sees me through the barrier?
Well, it's like a door. It's just like a warded door with runes along the frame.
Mrs. Kerwin, do you perchance have the key to this?
Why, yes, I have a large number of keys. 1 second, I'll be right back. She comes back with long rings of keys and hands them to you. I'm really not sure which one it is, but I'm sure you'll find it.
Okay. I quickly separate them by size.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that part. You're able to try a few and open the drawers. Inside, you find very neatly organized manila folders, and each folder is basically a debt account for debtors or for people who owe Citibank money in the top drawer.
This is going to be helpful.
In the middle drawer, you find banks to whom Citibank owes money. And in the bottom drawer, you find deeds to large estates in Europe, mostly in France, which were the loans that Citibank took were secured by.
Interesting. I bring those. What?
There are 4 main folders: Charles Beckstead, J.D. Rock, Zachary Taylor, and Auguste Chateau.
Do I have any idea who Zach Taylor is?
You can roll a pretty easy history check. The name rings a bell. This must be someone of enormous importance, but you've been sort of unplugged recently. You don't really know.
Okay.
But if you open the folder, you see that it's a loan with no payments expected until the resolution of the election.
And when was that? What election was it?
As you think about it, there was a headline about the presidential election of 1848 with Zachary Taylor running as a Whig candidate.
Okay. I flip back to that newspaper. Has it occurred yet?
It has not.
Okay. Interesting. That could be helpful. Okay. I get a very quick understanding of the deeds and debts. I keep the key.
Okay.
It looks like none of the loans are currently being repaid.
Yeah. I do look at the ledgers quickly. Although I don't understand them well, I can at least understand the dates. Debits.
No payments have been made for a month and a half on any of the loans. Meanwhile, there are very clear notations on when large lump sum interest payments are due on the loans that Citibank took out.
And when are those due?
Various dates, but the nearest one is within a week.
Oh boy. Okay, well, that's probably all the information I'm going to get out of that. I would like to sit down and... Well, first, I'm going to send Grills out. I'm going to go back to the door of the house and send Grills out to look around. See if anything's... Just keep an eye on things and come get me if they're...
Okay, roll a perception check real quick, and I'm going to be right back.
Ooh. And the plot thickens, man. I don't know, I'm conflicted. Should we try to save Citibank just so we have that influence? I mean...
Oh, absolutely. It's ours now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of money we have right on the line that we can just get for free.
Indeed.
Maybe we can strong arm Mr. Chateau to give us some money. Or, like, some other assets as a means of, like, I don't know, repaying the loan, quote unquote.
Could be. Yeah, we could get a payment out of him, or gunpowder out of him as partial payment.
I don't know. I don't deal with these kind of contracts for work, man. I rely on you, Isaac.
Mike's the banker.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he understands legal contracts and just all that kind of stuff, you know? It's kind of hard role playing somebody that who like supposed to know this kind of shit, but
Yeah.
literally doesn't. Like, I have an inability when it comes to understanding like any kind of lore or knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trained in weird lore, but it gets me nothing. You know?
You're back to zero.
I'm back to zero. Instead of -1, I'm at 0. You know? It's just like, oh Jesus.
So that's your role for the owl, Grills.
Yeah. But,
As she
I'm
flies,
I don't know.
as she flies, sort of glides through the neighborhood, tree to tree. First of all, the streets are pretty empty for this early evening, but every single house has guards, armed guards, and that was certainly not true the last time you were here.
Okay. She flies up and down Grand.
Yeah. Okay, up and down Grand. Yeah. Nothing is happening. There is no business at the bar at O'Connor's. But there is a huge gathering at the Chateau Mansion.
And I know that's where Milo went? Or?
Yeah.
I will have her take a quick look. Milo's not in the crowd. I presume he's doing all right, but I make sure that Chateau's file makes it to the top of the stack on the desk, just in case.
Okay.
And how much is his payment, and when was it due?
Yeah, so he over a series of loans, he drew over 65,000 in credit,
Oh,
and he has another 15,000 available to him theoretically. But that's assuming he performs on his previous loans, which he has not.
okay. 65. And what was the last payment he made?
The last payment he made was about 4 weeks ago. That payment was timely.
He owes another one, like, now.
Yeah.
Got it. Excellent. I will stow that knowledge away along with the general idea of what the last payment was, therefore what this one might be. Like I'm doing a lot of amortization, but yeah, just in case.
Sure.
Then I sit
Okay.
down and I actually ask Mrs. Kerwin if she can help me write a letter, because I don't write so good.
Oh, she volunteers. Oh, it's not a problem. Happy to help.
No, you're not secretary, but I don't write very well. Big block letters and the like. It kind of looks like serial killers.
No problem at all.
Could you write a letter to Mr. J.D. Rock?
Certainly.
And I would like it sub-captioned, a feller you can sort of...
Noted.
So he knows who it's coming from.
And then Isaac, just outline the contents of that letter. We don't need to dictate.
Yeah. On Citibank letterhead, basically
Right.
says, Mr. Rock, the bank would like you to take a different direction. Your mining performance to date, subpar. But you have another way that you can help, that you can repay, or your debts can be managed. We need two things. One, the railroad needs to go through. You need to organize that from your end. Keep military, natives, locals, it's all on the same page. Surveying needs to be done. You need to organize a team of surveyors, find the best route through the mountains, and I include a little map, or one of my maps that I have, showing the route. Report this back. And you need to provide regular reports to Mr. O'Fallon on your progress. The first one no later than 1 week after you receive this letter.
Okay. Letter written, and what is it signed?
It just has well, it's signed with Milo's signature. If I don't know if she can do that, maybe she just prints his name. But then I take my crest and I dip it in the ink blot, and or the wax, and that's what the letter's sealed with.
Gotcha. So you use your crest.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So that's prepared. Milo and Joseph, are you there? Ben?
Yeah, I am.
Ready?
I'm just making myself some tea because I was passing out over here like I always do. Make
Yeah, no worries.
myself some tea to stay awake.
Okay, so back at the docks, Joseph, you're carrying Bonton, and as you carry him, he begins to stir, and Bonton, you begin to sort of wake up in this daze with a headache, a searing pain in your mind, and you keep flashing back to those faces over and over. But you see that Joseph is carrying you.
I would, of course, go back into my normal Bonton form while still being carried. Yeah, you hear me like you hear me like lightly muttering stuff, almost like I'm still whimpering, but more of like more of whining about something. Where are we now? We're in the streets.
Yeah, you're in the streets, around here.
I just start muttering to myself, "It's going to kill us all. There's no stopping it. It's too much. We're all doomed."
And I can tell Bonton's doesn't really have his wits about him.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way back to. We've got beds we're staying at, right? Where's
At the Kerwin house, yeah.
at the Kerwin house?
Yeah.
I'll make my way toward the Kerwin house with Bonton.
Okay. Sure. So you guys make your way back to the Kerwin house. Let's cut to Milo real quick.
Okay, real quick, Gabe.
Mhm.
I rolled a natural 20 on my insight check, and he invited me to go down to the cellar or the basement or whatever they're doing, right? As my major effect, I want to know if his invitation had any sort of like nefarious, intent towards my character.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, good to know. So I tell him. Oh, apologies, Mr. Chateau, but I am afraid it is growing late in the evening and I must retire. Perhaps another time.
Yeah, perhaps. Hey, listen, I know my payment's coming due. I formally requested an extension as per our contract, and do hope you'll grant that extension.
I will take it into consideration, Mr. Chateau. You have a pleasant evening. And I take my leave. I'm going back to the Kerwin house.
Yeah, you push your way through the crowd downstairs, and there's some suspicious eyeballs, but nobody bothers you as you make your way back out of the house. All right, so everyone except Elsie, who seems to have found other lodgings, has made their way back to the Kerwin house. Bear, everyone's arrived.
As people come in, I especially Bonton and Milo. Oh, Bonton is wandering around in Crazy Town.
Well, he's walking. He's upright.
Bear,
Fine.
pack your bags. Miss Kerwin, pack my bags. We're out of here. Let's go back to Colorado.
Yeah. Before we do all that, what happened to you, by the way? Thought you were brave,
He
dashing.
looks disheveled and wandering about.
Comb your hair,
it's too
man.
much. There is no hope. It is just despair. It's death. It's guaranteed chaos if you go down there. There is no going to the coast. It is lost. We must leave. It's far away from here.
Snap out of it, man. It's just a sea tentacle.
I chime in. There's a wall of tentacles down near the river at Forest Park. Water, and it's the monster down there. He's gargantuan. He consumed Bonton in shadow form, and ran in when I heard his cries for help. I barely escaped with my life. I don't
Well, there
recommend
may
going
be
down
something
there.
a bit more pressing too. I was just at the Chateau Mansion, and there is a large crowd of upper middle class gentlemen armed to the teeth. And if my intuition is correct, they intend to do harm to the immigrants, the Irish immigrants who have come to this city.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. I think they intend to do some sort of action tonight. And I can also tell you this. There is a portal of some sort leading to the ethereal realm in the basement of that mansion. It could be responsible for allowing this demon to exist here.
Ah, I see. So if these marauders run off on their quest to attack these immigrants, then that portal might be left unguarded, at least for the most part.
That is possible. It means a lot of innocent people are going to die, but
Well, if we act quickly, we might be calling them straight back to the Chateau Mansion. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I mean, if we look here, there are a bunch of like rows of what appear to be wheat behind the Chateau Mansion. We could perhaps stage ourselves there, wait till the group leaves, and then go inside and see what we can do about closing this portal. But I know nothing about closing portals. Does anyone here know anything about that?
Not really.
Where is our neighborhood-friendly witch, seer, oracle?
Yes, the prophet. The prophet.
She hasn't shown up.
Cricket tender.
I believe Milo saw her at Brannicky and Sons. She lingered there after Milo left.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm sure she'll be back soon. It's
I
already
sent
8:30.
Well, her blood was the key to the last problem we encountered with the Deathless Council. Perhaps her blood will be an answer here today.
Do we know of any of the daggers that might help?
Ooh.
We do know daggers are important symbols, but we also have not been to the basement of the Chateau Mansion. Now, I will say this, Mr. Chateau and tried to invite me to go down into his basement before I left, and he had no positive intentions from my invitation. He wanted me, I suspect, for a sacrifice of some kind.
If we find this portal, I would imagine it does lead to wherever this creature is, and perhaps we would be able to disrupt the portal by either removing whatever items are in place or scratching out runes that are in place and dispel the portal itself.
I do think it would be wise to warn the Irish immigrants of the impending massacre.
Aye, it would.
Perhaps you, Joseph, could do something like that.
Alright, I'll be back then. I'll make haste.
I would go to Fallon's Bar. Is that what it is? I can't read that right.
Yep.
Which one? This one?
Yep.
Yes.
That's Filoni's.
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 Yeah, I'll
Yes.
run to Filoni's and I'll warn him immediately. Perhaps I'll run across Elsie while I'm on my way. And I run out the door, head to Filoni's.
The bar is empty as you walk in. You see the bartender look up and raise an eyebrow at you.
Filoni, I've got disturbing news. That's the guy, right? He's like the owner.
Yeah.
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 All right. I approach him quickly.
Strange not to be out, don't you think?
Aye, very strange indeed. A friend of mine, Milo, just came from the Chateau Mansion, and it appears a mob is gathering. A mob to handle the Irish immigrants here.
You see his face sort of go pale.
You need to warn people. How do we get the word out? I'm sure you know.
Well, how much time we got?
Minutes? Maybe half an hour at the most.
Come with me then. And he like bolts out of the bar.
Okay, I go with him.
He basically runs across the street to one of these houses over here, knocks on the door, and he gives them what seems to be a code word. It just says red wave. He just says red wave, and then he runs to the next door.
Alright, well I do that in the opposite direction, so if he's going this way, I go this
Okay.
way.
You see that other men begin joining you, running through the streets, doing the same thing.
All right. So once I get a few people going and they're all warning one another, then I'm gonna
Yeah.
head back to the Corwin house.
Okay. Now you see that they seem to have a sort of an informal system here, and it doesn't seem to be just the Irish either. There seems to be Germans also heavily featured,
Okay.
and maybe some others.
Cool. All right. I come back to the party. I'm gonna finish making my tea real quick.
Okay.
My iced tea.
I'm gonna send Grills to look for at the Brannigy house.
Oh, to look for Elsie? Okay. So Grills sort of finds the Brannicky house closed. The Brannicky and Sons general store is closed. Doors are closed and locked.
Any windows?
Windows, yeah, but I mean they're shuttered.
Windows all shuttered. Milo, did you see the Brannigys at the chateau thing?
Not that I recall. Gabe, did I see any Brannikies over there?
I think the Brannickys, no.
Yeah. No, not that I recall.
Okay. Can't see in? No, she doesn't. She doesn't do chimneys very well. She comes back.
Okay. Yeah.
I say, why not let her hoot?
Hoot. You're
Yes,
gonna give a
hoot.
shit about what the owl says.
Well, you know. Let her put out a call, see if she can't get Elsie's attention. Shit, why not?
Oh. Okay.
So she lands on the roof and starts hooting at the windows. Are you there, Sarah? You want to roll a perception check with disadvantage?
Why do I feel like I'm in a rave?
Yeah. So you don't hear hooting. You're busy.
All right. All right.
Yeah, there's plenty of distractions and, just a lot of noise out, a lot of natural sounds outside don't really alert you to anything.
The grills come home.
Okay. Grills goes home, and you guys are still all gathered there. Joseph returns shortly after that, and everybody's back at the Kerwin house.
Wait, still no sign of Elsie? Are we sure she was at the Branniky's place?
That's where we last saw her. We don't know, but there was no response to all the pulled it up. There was no way to see it.
Well, we gotta move quickly. Let's go to the Branniky's and let's see if we can't find her there. Let's go. I leave the house and I go to the Branniky's place.
Okay. You rap on the door loudly.
Yes, if I get no response after a minute, I am going to pick the lock.
All right. After a minute, you're sort of getting out your lock picking kit, and you hear the door sort of creak open, and you see Noah Branke peek out.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I am looking for Elsie. Is she here?
I don't think so. Who are you? Why would a girl be here?
My name is Mr. Applebottom. Excuse me for not introducing myself, but I am looking for my friend, and last I heard, she was here. Could you at least look around the premises and see if she is here?
Dad's rules, no girls. I'm sure she's not here.
Yes, well, Dad's rules get broken a lot, so would you please look?
Which
It's really more like Nightlight.
which room shall I look in?
Oh, what's his name? Tom. Try Tom.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Tom doesn't have a girlfriend. Tom's an idiot. He's so weak and nerdy.
Agreed. And then I just brush past him. Which one is his?
Oh, wait, sir. No one invited you in.
I move in too. I start shouting out, Elsie, Elsie, come down here now.
Elsie, you hear them. Tom
Fine.
gets really worried all of a sudden.
It's fine. I'll be back. I give him a kiss and I go downstairs.
So as Elsie's hurrying downstairs, gathering her skirt into a position, you guys, Noah Branicki looks up and he's like, oh, there is a girl here.
Oh yeah, like I said,
there
Dad
wasn't.
rules, you know.
There was never a girl here. Now quiet down.
I didn't see anything. He sort of shields his eyes. Can you guys please leave now?
Yes. Come on, Elsie.
I care for you to remember that Tom has a girlfriend. Don't you forget that he has a girlfriend.
He's gonna forget mine.
I care that you remember.
He sort of looks confused. Just go away. Get out of here.
All right. I think we leave.
Yeah.
You guys all leave and he closes the door rapidly. You hear bolts.
All right, we're gonna clue in Elsie about what's going on. Basically, at the Chateau Mansion, way over here, there's a group, or I should say a mob of people who are willing to start ransacking and killing people of the Irish immigrant and German community.
Who'd we kill?
Huh?
Who'd we do? What'd we do? How do we make this happen?
Nothing. This was Chateau's work. This is what he's doing. All right? We've already warned the Irish people and the German people to start preparing for the massacre. But there is a portal leading to the ethereal realm in the basement of the Chateau Mansion. And so our plan is to go to these fields out here behind the Chateau Mansion. Once the mob leaves, we will go inside, infiltrate the basement, and disrupt this portal, because I think that is where the Leviathan is drawing its power from and why it's able to get here in the first place.
Milo, what happened to your accent? It's changed.
I'm not a character. I'm explaining shit, all right?
Well, you should be
Cool.
explaining in
Sounds like a plan.
character.
I quickly make sure that I still have my cage with and see if the cricket is still there.
I'm gonna roll a D100. Still there.
If
One
not,
more
I'll just pick up another one on the way.
One more
But you-
thing, Elsie.
You did lose at least like one layer of petticoat though.
Or so you think. You'll have no way of knowing.
One more
I'm not
thing,
checking.
Elsie. We're not sure how to close this portal, but we think your blood's going to be the answer, so prepare to sacrifice.
Yeah, cool. I have this right here. And I hold up the blood, the Duke's blood, that I think has some of mine in it. I can't really remember. But
Well,
I'm
we'll
pretty
see
sure
what-
I mixed my blood in all these.
We'll see what happens.
Cool.
All right. So we go around back over here near the stables, go to the cornfields or whatever the fuck they are.
You want to
And-
pick up Perrin Bonton on the way?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, we'll go back to the Kerwin house, we grab everybody, and we regroup in the
I am
fields.
packing my bags on a horse.
Bon temps, this is not the time. Now is the time for courage. You must come with us.
That thing is pure death. You are going to get us killed.
We're not going down to the lake or the river. We're going over here to the mansion.
Okay. As long as you can promise me that we will not end up down there.
I don't believe he'll be down there. We
Not
don't know for
tonight.
sure, but
Not tonight.
All right.
good. Let's
All
go.
right, so you guys make your way over to the wheat fields, and there's not really any stealth required because there's not really anybody paying that careful of attention. You see that the large crowd, Milo, that was sort of waiting to get inside has all sort of gotten inside by now. By the time you make it over there, and it's another hour or two until. Actually, let's have a perception check, I'd say, on that.
I'll use an effort.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Okay, so Joseph, you hear there's a lot of chatter and noises and loud voices, but there is about a 2-minute period where all of it stops, and all of you can kind of detect that there's this lull in the noise. But Joseph, you beyond that, you hear almost a rumbling, almost a gentle shaking beneath your feet. And then about a minute or 2 minutes later, you begin to hear noises again. It's loud footsteps, and men begin pouring out of the mansion.
Monsieur Bear, you still have that dynamite?
Dynamite.
I think I had that.
No.
Yeah, we might
I mean-
need that.
Bear has his own supply, but I had those like 3 boxes we bought from the shop.
Let's say we just blew up that house.
I think if we get down into the basement, it might be a nice place to put the dynamite.
Well, let's be cautious. After all, Citibank's accounts need to be maintained. If we destroy the Chateau mansion, we won't have any leverage or assets.
Agreed.
And
To main-
I think the dynamite needs to make its way inside the portal.
And if we destroy the from the top, the portal will still be open underneath on the ground floor. We have to make sure we destroy the ground floor or the basement.
Oh. Milo, why do you have to be such a voice of reason?
I don't know. I'm just here.
Milo, do you have a few sticks of
It's
dynamite
not
you can
filled
spare?
with devils.
So you guys do notice there is still 2 stationed guards after the men pour out. One of the last men to leave the house is Mr. Chateau, and they begin just pouring into East St. Louis.
Is the back door being guarded as well?
As you take a peek there, you see only one guy at the back door.
Bonton,
I got
think,
this.
I think this is your
Wait.
Oh,
Start.
I
I
have a-
unbuttoned my.
Wait, I have a
corset.
plan.
Oh no,
I
I
have a
got
plan.
this.
Wait, no. We all have to get up there.
I'm going to
So-
distract him so you can come clonk him on the head.
But
Jeez.
I have abilities that can distract him too.
I like
I have
Elsie taking care of this.
natural
My vote is for
assets.
Elsie. Do it.
As you're
She has
arguing
natural
with
abilities.
Milo, you notice that Elsie's dress is sort of buttoned in, like the buttons are off slightly.
I'm going to this corner over here in the wheat, so I
Uh-huh.
can make a move when I need to.
Okay. Elsie, you approach first, and he sort of notices you. Howdy there, ma'am. Not a particularly good evening for a stroll.
I'm not strolling. I'm looking. I'm out on the prowl. And I look him up and down. I like a man in uniform.
I'm afraid I'm working tonight, am.
I look around. And no one's gonna notice if you leave your post.
All right, you can roll a persuasion check on that.
I'll spend an effort on it.
He seems to hesitate.
You were
Oh,
putting in effort. I can tell that.
He sort of looks about furtively and then scrambles down the steps and sort of swoops his arm around you.
Yeah, and then I walk. I reach him and walk towards where Milo, like away from Milo, but like so Milo can clunk him on the head.
So Milo, he's like looking right down her blouse as in his head, the back of his head is basically facing you as she walks past.
All right, I take my fine cane I handcrafted, and I just smack him on the back of the head with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll in a speed attack roll. I mean, you obviously have an asset.
Okay,
I
I
got-
will put in 1 level of effort.
That's a 1.
Okay, add 1 to what I roll. That's a 3.
Yep. You bonk him on the back of the head, and he just sort of crumples down to the ground. His hand, which was sort of almost in position to copper field, just sort of slides down.
And I like
Goes limp.
push off and button back up and.
All right, good work, guys. I'm sneaking up here to the back door.
The back
Should we
door
move the
seems
body?
to be closed, but not locked or anything.
All right, I peek in.
I want to take real quick. I want to take some time to like bind his hands and gag his mouth while he's unconscious.
Okay, and then you just sort of stuck him in the wheat field.
Yep.
Okay.
But somewhere where he'd be found in the morning, like.
No, he's just in the rows of wheat, and he has his feet. He could eventually get up and run around, but you know.
That's perfect. I don't want us to leave him so he can't be found and dies.
No, he won't die. That's for sure.
All right, so Joseph, as you're peeking into the mansion, you see that the bottom floor here, the back door seems to open into a storage room.
And there's no one inside?
Yeah.
Excellent. I wave the rest of the party over to my
I
position.
go in. Yeah.
Milo, as you enter, you sort of remember where that place was, and you think that the kitchen is over to your left. It's beneath the kitchen.
All right, I motion the party towards the kitchen so we can find a pantry door leading to the cellar.
Nice.
Okay. So somebody can roll a search check, and you can have an asset for being helped by everyone else.
I'll
I'll
use
search.
search. Throw some effort in it. So
Yeah,
that's
it takes a minute, but you're able to slide some crates of tomatoes off to the side, and you find a trapdoor down. It looks like it's been recently opened.
Milo, do you have any sticks of dynamite on you?
I do, sir, but like I said, we should not be destroying this place unless we need to.
Just give me a few of them. I want to have my hands on them in case I need to act quickly.
He just wants to touch it.
I think for a second, hesitate, and then give him 2 sticks of dynamite.
Excellent. Put them in my coat. And I have my flint and steel like close, in a very quick, spot where I can reach it quickly.
Sure. As you open the trapdoor, you see that it leads to a ladder that goes straight down into the darkness.
All right.
Well, that's not a problem. I can see in the dark.
Okay, Bear, you take a look down. It looks like it goes down about 15 feet, and then opens into a stone hallway, carved through the natural bedrock.
I will use the coals from the stove to light my oil lamp, and so we have light going down. I hand it to Joseph. Go ahead.
All right. I make my way down there.
Okay, well, it's not long before you pass through. You see an archway made of stone, and I guess Joseph, you're first. You can roll a perception check.
Okay, I'll use an effort. In case you're wondering why I'm using effort on every mental thing, it's because I have a 3 edge in mental.
Yeah.
So I basically get a free. Cool. And what did you say? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
I'm skilled in that now, so that's a +2 to that.
There are runes in a language you do not know, inscribed on this stone archway.
I point them out to the party.
Well, can you scratch them out?
Is it a trap? Do I think it's a trap, or do I think this is for the portal?
Unclear.
Can I
Beyond
use my-
the archway, you see there is a very large, sort of domed room.
Perhaps I can try to read the runes.
As you did before, right?
You could do that, Tom.
I suppose. Let's see. I have an ability. Decipher. I have to spend 1 minute examining it.
Okay.
And do a difficulty of 3 or higher.
Okay. It's a difficulty 3 or higher for sure.
Nice.
Okay. As you're examining them, you see that they are written in a language that reminds you of runes you saw inscribed here and there in the fortress, in the ethereal plane, the fortress of Saint Nephi. And in fact, many of the runes are identical to ones that you've noticed on the walls and doorways there. As you read them, you think it's something like, "Let none but the faithful pass."
How wide is this doorway? No, archway.
It's about 4.5 feet.
I spread my arms out to hang on to each side of the archway
Mm-hmm.
and stick my head through the archway.
As you do, you get that familiar chuck, that familiar giggle, as Anqua and Rahab, you sense it. This is into their home. This is home for them.
Back to the cathedral?
well, maybe not into the cathedral, but into their home realm.
I mean, if I put my head through the archway, do I see into anything different, or am I still in the basement?
It still looks like that stone room. It's like it's almost like a shrine, a very symmetrical, circular, domed room.
Okay. I don't know what Shuto has to do with demons, but this is definitely a portal to their realm.
Damn straight.
Which demon realm?
The only one.
Elsie, as you take a look, would you mind rolling a lore check real quick?
With the acid or no?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you take a look here. This is definitely to what is known in your lore as the mirror realm, also known as the ethereal. But the mirror realm, it exists in both places, right? And the room you're looking at exists in your realm and in the mirror realm. And the room you're looking at is an altar, a shrine. And you're not sure what the purpose of this shrine is, but there's no doubt that it is a shrine to something in the ethereal.
I think it's
Or
a
in the-
creature.
And just refresh, the crickets are in which realm?
They're in the far realm.
And the vampires are in.
That's unclear to you at this point, but they seem to be in the corporeal, in your main realm, in your realm.
Cool. And then there's also the realm that Four Brushes' blood took me to.
That is also the mirror.
Okay. Cool. So I know how to get there. I got this, and I reach out, and here's Four Brushes' blood because I have one more vial of it still. This will get us to the other realm.
Well, do we want to go there, or do we want to close the portal?
I think if we close the portal, the Leviathan will still be here, if not stuck here. Perhaps we need to go through and find, see if there's any remnants there.
I say we step through this portal and take a look around.
We
Good
were able
plan.
to get back last time, so I do not worry. We'll be able to get back.
I really don't want to go there again.
I step in
Neither
this
do
portal.
I.
Joseph steps through as you guys waffle. And Joseph, as you step in, roll a, let's say a perception check.
So that's a 2 + 2, 4.
There's a smell in the air. It's mildly sulfuric. There's also almost what if you didn't know any better, you'd say it's an echo.
Okay.
Can't quite place it though.
What do I see in here?
As you look back at the doorway, the archway you stepped through, there's nothing there. It's just stone wall.
Okay. Am I in a room? What's it look like in this room?
Yeah, you're in the room you saw. But let's pause there so that everybody else can make a decision. What would the rest of you like to do? You just saw Joseph step through the portal, and you can see him. He's right there.
Well, I think I will follow him.
Okay, you step through, and you see there's a stone wall behind you as soon as you do.
I was gonna say, as he's following through, can I kind of reach out my hand and stop him halfway?
No,
I would
probably.
say you can reach out your hand, but at the same time, I don't stop. I walk through, and then I notice.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
But I will turn around and point my hand back, like looking at Joseph, looking at them, and just say, stop.
Okay, you guys see Milo make a stop sign, like a motion.
So wait, we can see them, but they can't see us?
Seems that way. Well, you're not sure if they can see you, but they can.
And can we reach through that stone wall?
Nope. As soon as you reach, it just feels like stone.
Do either of you have a cup?
Nope.
There. Bonton.
There is a
Alive?
kitchen above you.
Yes, Elsie, I carry around my fine china with me all the time.
Just need something to mix. Do you have an extra vial?
I have a flask.
All right, I'll take that.
If you pour my rum out, I will murder you.
There, do you have any vials?
There is a kitchen above you.
You're not there.
2 empty vials.
No, they can
Okay.
hear me, right? They can see me. They can hear me.
They cannot hear you.
Cannot hear you.
Oh,
so
really?
I take the empty
So
vial.
I see your lips moving. I guess.
Mhm.
I'm like, uh-oh, we can't hear them.
Okay, so I take the empty vial. I take the vial of 4brush's blood and I put half of it in there. I cut my hand and put half of my blood in both vials. So I have half my blood and half 4brush's blood in my vials.
Okay.
And I offer one to either Bear or Monton and chug one.
Bon appetit, Mr. Bear.
You watch as Elsie chugs one and then begins to wobble on her feet.
Nope. I just
Yes,
told it.
but I'm hoping that this is the right formula to keep my body here, but my conscience goes there like it does. I think I've finally, hopefully, perfected how to get there
I
and
think
still stay here.
body and conscious gonna stay right here, guard the doorway.
So that was my goal, was
Fair
to
enough.
see.
Anton, what would
I
you
can-
like?
Roll for it if you'd like.
No, I understand.
I am going to walk through the doorway.
Okay.
Now I'm ready for him because I'm kind of there.
Yeah, you're waiting for him and he walks right into your arms.
All right, can I stop him while he's walking through halfway?
I mean, if you physically bar him, yes.
Yeah. I'm like stiff arm him, kind of in the portal halfway through.
Okay. And as you do, Bonton, you begin to feel like stone is closing in around you, starting to crush you.
Now, can
Oh,
I
okay.
push him back through and jump through with him?
You can try.
Oh no.
Don't know if this is gonna work at all. 5.
As you slam into him, you realize there's no there. You're like, it's like you're pushing against the stone wall. And Bonton, Joseph used all his strength to crush you against the stone wall, even while the stone is closing in around you, beginning to. You need a might save.
I was
Okay.
trying to push him back through.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
There's no back.
I'll do 1 point of effort into this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you managed to break past Joseph and out of the stone wall, even as it was trying to crush your very bones.
Jesus Christ, Joseph, you almost killed me.
Sorry, Bon.
We can't
but
hear
there's no
you.
way to get back.
I started investigating the room. Like, I'm looking for any sort of, like, signs or sigils, any kind of, like, things that might give me a clue into what kind of ritual is necessary to be performed in this room.
Okay. As you do, you see, like, Elsie's form is sort of not her body, but like a reflection of her, just sort of standing outside the room in the hallway.
Okay. I beckon her and I say, Elsie, come help me take a look.
You can hear him, Elsie.
I walk over to him.
Yeah, you just walk in and you see a doorway, by the way.
There's a door. Can you open it? And I go to open it.
Yeah,
Or
you
feel if it's
can
locked.
move through it. Bonton, you just got crushed in that same doorway. There's no
Wait.
doorway as far as you can see.
So like I like can walk through the wall.
Well, to you it doesn't look like a wall.
I go through the doorway. Come on, guys.
Well, I ask her, like, to help me look for any kind of signs, and we search the place. If I could, I want to be as an asset for her searching to understand any kind of ritual significance or, like, runes or whatever the case may be about what this, like, altar means.
Okay, so I'll roll for perception and dictate everything that I see.
Okay. Can you roll a lore check, not perception?
Sure. Asset or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Ha!
Ah,
Huh?
All right, Elsie. So you take a minute and you just look around, and while you don't see a statue like you did in the cathedral or the sort of shrine inside the fortress, other things about this are clearly reminiscent. This is a holy place, and it's unclear to you to what god this place worships. But this is a place where sacrifices are to be made, and where prayers are made directly to a god of the mirror realm or a being of the mirror realm.
I tell all of that and be like, y'all realize Forbrush is from this realm, right?
Well, yeah, he was a demon. We know that.
There's no coincidence that the Leviathan shows up and this portal is open.
I'm still on the other side of the portal. Can I
Right.
hear any of them?
Nope.
How about
You can see them though. They seem to be wandering around.
can't hear Elsie?
Nope.
Is my body still?
Oh, Elsie's body just like a big lump on the floor.
I kind of spread her out without, so she's not just crumpled.
Okay. Yeah, you lay her down gently.
And then
Okay.
I just sprinkle some rocks on her face.
Okay.
Then I go through her bag.
Bonton, in your mind, yeah. Well, Bear is looting.
I'm
Bear,
just gonna rearrange the rocks. That's all. I'm just gonna
Sure.
move them to different places. Can't hear you.
Well, your mic is off, Sarah. But
There are things you're not supposed to see in there.
yeah, there's like precious. In fact, as soon as you open the bag, you see this huge, oversized cricket just staring at you, and it goes, chirp.
I definitely get that thing out.
The cricket's on the outside. He's in my cage. Like I wear it on my belt. Like it's
Okay.
outside.
The cricket. The cricket. Okay, never mind. He's not there. Oh, actually,
The,
he's there. He's on the body, and he just gives you like this warning chirp, chirp. If you open the bag, it goes chirp, chirp, chirp.
Grills, you hungry? I hold the cricket out to see if she wants it.
Grills puts up her nose at that thing, shakes her head vociferously. Hard no on that. Bonton, you hear the voices of Rahab in particular.
I know this place.
This is a place of worship. Which god does this worship?
I do not know the word in the language. But it is not the Leviathan.
Is it one who controls the Leviathan?
Nobody controls the Leviathan.
Is the one that is worshipped here, is it a demon? Or a god, you would say?
It was once on the Devil's Council.
Do you know what would happen if we sacrifice someone here?
It would bring power to it.
Would
Attract its attention. Ranking favor.
could it summon him?
So
The one for whom it grants power?
perhaps if it
Does this one still reside here in this plane? Or is it in the corporeal?
it would not invoke. Banished beyond the government of the Devil's Council.
Rahab, do you fear this creature?
Yes. It is what the ones expect. You would know as a god. It's no real demon. It is the very beginnings and genesis of one world.
Sounds like we are dealing with something that is over our heads.
Indeed.
Why would a mere man like Shuto want to sacrifice to this god?
I would merely be speculating on the whims of frail men. Perhaps you are more qualified.
Joseph, Milo, Elsie, we should not be here. This is a very dangerous place.
You look over.
I don't
you see
think
Joseph
we can hear
stacking
you.
Dynamite around this altar. What?
Bontomp is here.
I'm
Oh
here
no,
with you guys.
Bart's with you guys. He's in the room.
Bear is
he
the only
is.
one not physically here. Or Bear is the only one not physically or mentally here.
Yeah, that's correct.
I see. Okay. So, well, Bonton, why do you say that?
I am being told that this has nothing to do with the Leviathan. It's not a temple for it. The Leviathan, it's wild. It's feral. Nothing controls it. This temple is something beyond, something great. It's evil.
Well,
Can you trust your demon?
No one can trust a demon, but it gives me, instinct.
well, still, if your demons are telling us this is a place of worship, this is a place of the ethereal, it can only help the Leviathan by weakening the barrier. So, we should probably destroy it nonetheless, especially if it's being used by Mr. Chateau as a means of acquiring wealth in this area.
That is curious. Why would Shuto have such an interest in this? I just don't understand. There's a piece missing there.
That I do not know, but we need to find a way to get back out of here, for sure. Now, do we need to do a sacrifice here? Is that the only way out?
Do we draw straws?
Well, I have an idea. Bear is still outside, and I know he has dynamite on him. He is a hoarder. So, I could mouth to him at least. Maybe he can't hear us, but I could mouth to him like, hey, blow up the door and see if that does anything to help us get out of here.
Wait. Blow up the
That's
doorway.
that might seal us in here.
Nah, that's
It may.
the opposite, I think, of what we want.
But the stone is on this side, it is not on that side. So he'd have to come through, and I don't think that would work.
But here's the problem. If we make a sacrifice over here, it will strengthen the ethereal. That's the problem.
I think your plan has merit, but let's keep it as maybe a plan C or D.
Well, Gabe, real quick. I know Elsie rolled a natural 20 on her investigation check. What do we really know about this place?
I would say, Elsie, your ability to see straight back into the corporeal realm indicates to you that the barrier here is super thin. And you'll remember that Joseph was once able to cut through such a thin point in the barrier before.
Joseph,
I think I've
did you not cut through the barrier before? It's very thin. I can still see on both sides. It doesn't feel thick like before.
And when I used my dagger to do so, right?
You use the sword.
I used the sword.
Perhaps
Okay.
you can use that on the wall.
Yeah, I draw my large sword, and I go, well, here goes nothing. And I attack where I believe the doorway should be.
So the sword is known as the Kingmaker in I don't know if your character would have reason to know that, but I want to call it that because that's what it's called in my notes. And as you raise it, you feel that divine energy once again surge through it as it contacts the stone, and as it does, the stone sort of melts away, and the doorway appears before you.
And also, Gabe, I attuned to that one dagger that allows me to see where these weaknesses are.
I thought that was Milo.
That was me.
Did you take that dagger from me, Ivy? Because that was one of my daggers.
No, I made extensive notes on who bound to what, and I took the one that like allows me to perceive like weaknesses in the barrier between the ethereal and our realm.
No, that's
that was
the
mine.
Awaken dagger, Ivy. I have a star next to Awaken, and that I'm attuned to it. And I also have a star next to dagger number 7, which is the question marks.
Dagger number 7 is a mystery that's attached to Elsie.
And dagger number 5 is Awakening.
It opens minds, Ben, and I have you tagged as that. So that's the thing.
You have me tagged as number 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that.
Number one is the Seeker.
Yes,
which
that
allows
allows you to see between realms.
And that's tagged to me.
Right. But mine, the Awakening, allows me to see where there are weaknesses in the veil. Thin.
No.
Yes, that's number 5.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Okay, so I'm gonna say yes. You can see that the barrier is weak there.
Okay. Yeah, Ivy, that's what dagger number 5 does.
I think that's right, Ivy. I'm remembering that that's not 100%.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, the Seeker was, I have notes, realm between ethereal and material. Number 5 was the Awakened. It allows you to open minds, which I think allows you to, like, get secrets on people. Yeah, it allows you to, like, hear the thoughts of other people.
That's the Betrayer. That's number 3.
Correct.
Number 5 is the Awakening. It senses weakness in wall. Number 1 is the Seeker. It's made of it senses the edge between ethereal and material. So you've got the right notes, but yeah, the Awakening senses weakness in wall, which is number 5.
Weakness in wall.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm opening it.
Because I remember we had like the Navigator, number 6. That Bear has that, and that's something unique, right? Like I said, in my notes, the dagger number 1 is the Seeker. Realm between ethereal and material. I had that listed as mine.
I think that allows visual passive, like it allows you to see through.
Right,
So,
Ivy, you can actually just see into the other realm.
yeah, so basically you could see that there was a place, another realm beneath you, from the.
Oh, I see. So there's like some overlap.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's definitely overlap for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. Good deal.
Okay, so as you guys as Joseph, the sword sort of cuts through the stone wall. You see the same gate, the same archway appear in both sides, and Bear can now see in and hear in. Well, he could always see, but he can hear now.
All right.
Hello.
Does this room have any hallways or exits?
Seems to only have the one.
The one we came in?
Well, actually, Joseph, you can take a little look around if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. As you just sort of move along the wall, just sort of examining it, there's nothing along the wall, but as you look up at the tip of the dome, at the top of the dome, there's a weakness there as well.
Okay, well, should I open that one as well? Ask the party.
We came here for
Sure.
a reason.
Right, well, I'm gonna use my telekinesis and float on up there.
Okay, so you float upwards in a very sort of surreal scene for those of you who haven't seen Joseph levitate, and he's just sort of like he's being lifted by angels, floats towards the ceiling, and as your sword cuts through, you see there is a it's like you're at a sewer grate, right? You're at a sewer grate, and as you look out over the edge, you see there's a vast wasteland, very similar to what you saw outside the fortress once before. A vast wasteland of ash and shadow.
I'm gonna start setting up sticks of dynamite at the altar.
Okay, so the altar is sort of just the center of the room. There's not really a raised position. It's just sort of understood to be there.
Still, I put like sticks of dynamite at the base to like blow it up.
Okay. You're all watching this happen.
Are there runes or anything in this room that would indicate?
As Joseph opens the top, there are runes along that are new.
I think we should probably. Sorry, I think we should desecrate or scratch out any runes. Because even if the dynamite does not blow anything up, we should take away its power to feed to whatever deity this is giving power to.
I'll draw out my holy dirk and I desecrate the runes that are up there next to me.
Okay, and while he's doing that, or before, Bonton, did you want to take a look?
Oh, to see what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a lore check for me. Ooh. Yeah, as you take a careful look at them, and as they're getting wiped out one by one, you see that it says something very similar. Let none but the faithful pass.
Do I feel like these runes would be what helps give power to this god by sacrifice? There's got to be something about
gateway runes. They're gateway runes.
Okay. What I'm looking for is any indicators or what would make this room an altar of sacrifice, or like what helps make it the gateway between a sacrifice and power to a god.
So as you sort of you look up at the ceiling and you look at those, that seems similar to the doorway you entered, but on the floor in the middle is a rune you do not recognize. It's sort of very gently engraved, like it's been engraved in stone and then walked over by tens of thousands of feet to the point where there's barely any indication left.
Okay. I'd like to try and read that one. I'll use a couple points of effort in this.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So it's a name. And it's an ancient name. Moloch, Moloch, Father of Lies.
Father of what?
Father of Lies.
Why do I feel like I've heard that name? Have I heard that name before?
Yes. It's an alternate name for Lucifer.
Okay. Let's see. You may want to describe this room in your book. May prove useful.
I look and see if I have my book. Assuming I don't.
Well, I mean, it's right over there. You could walk straight to it.
Oh,
Yeah, we got
she's conscious.
We got the gate open now. I'll see if you want to just go back into your normal body.
That is no fun. How will I come back here?
I opened the gateway. You just walk back and forth like all of us.
Well, just write it when you get back. Just remember how it goes.
Hi, sir.
So, yeah, you take a look. It's not a room you've seen before. In fact, it looks more ancient than anything you've seen before. Like a what is it called? A prototype or a proto-language.
I grow Rahab out of my arm and just start scratching away at it to deface it.
Why don't you pee on it too?
There's a.
I'm trying to get myself killed.
Master, this is sacrilegious. This is not what I. If you command it, I shall deface it, but if I do, I may be marked.
Rahab, I did not beg you as the coward, demon. I thought you were something greater.
This creature, it was meant to be God. It Yes, it is.
I continue scratching out, and
His protestations fall by the wayside as you just use him to do it.
to the best of my knowledge, I try and actually scribe a new rune into the ground, if it's possible.
And what rune is that?
If I know the way to scribe the rune Rahab, I'll do that.
you hear him saying, the whole time you're doing it. But you are able to inscribe the rune Rahab, just defacing this ancient symbol.
It's like demonic graffiti.
Mm-hmm. Like self-identifying demonic graffiti.
Load it all up anyway.
As you do inscribe, though, as soon as you finish drawing the rune for Rahab, there is a flash, a sear of red light that only for the briefest of moments.
I think we may be wanting to get out of here soon.
I agree.
That sounds like a good plan.
We put a nice long fuse on this bomb that
All
we're
right.
setting up.
I
Okay.
step back through the portal.
Yeah, I'll be the last one to go through. I make sure everyone goes through. Then I light the fuse to the dynamite, and I leave.
Okay, well, as you guys are doing your final preparations to leave, I want to cut over to Bear. Bear, Isaac, are you there?
No.
You? Isaac? No, not there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Can you roll a perception check? There is multiple sounds of footprints above you. You hear voices. Where's Jack? Where's Jack? He's supposed to be at the back door. Somebody in here?
I pick up Elsie's body and I use my falsetto to create a loud voice. I'm like, help me!
Performance check.
The trap door slams open and you see several gruff-looking fellows peeking in.
This lady, she's telling the trap door she needs help.
Who are you?
The relief for Jack. Come on. Let me get her out.
Need a deception check. It's going to be pretty hard as there was no relief for Jack.
I'll put a couple levels of effort into this.
Okay.
Performance, perhaps?
Sure, performance, whatever.
That's training, so then that's a +3 to this. That's a 6.
Mm-hmm. They look confused. Well, get on out of here then. Get on up here. And they like pull you and Elsie out of there.
Excellent. How many of them are there?
There's 4 dudes. But you see a couple more sort of eyeing you from the kitchen.
I just carry Elsie out.
Out of the house?
Yeah.
Hey, hold up there. You're not gonna leave that easy. We don't know you.
Well, here, take care of her. And I just hand her to one of them.
Okay. Meanwhile, you guys are doing your dynamite stuff, and that's getting finished up. Wait, am I frozen? No. Okay. You guys are doing your dynamite things. That's getting finished up, and then as you begin to emerge, who's going first?
Probably me, because I'm panicked by the red light.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
last.
You bust out, and as you do, you see there are way too many dudes up the ladder, and one of them like looks down and sees you running into the room out of nowhere, and he goes, "We got intruders!"
No. They were helping the lady too. And I shoved
Bear,
that
you need
down.
initiative.
I shoved that.
Come on, you need initiative.
I'm gonna let you shove that dude down the hole.
Nice.
Tell them you're a demon. You came from the demon realm.
right, how do I get initiative? Yeah, there it is. I want to clear all, remove all. Yeah.
I saw LC and I thought of loose cannon, and I was like, I don't remember playing on Roll20 that long ago.
All right, what do we
I
got?
love loose cannon, dude. That dude was badass.
Bear. That's a 1 for bear. Add.
No, that's a 2. I have improved +1 to initiative.
Okay, I'm adding bear as a 2. What did you get, Anton?
Level 6.
Okay, that is quite spicy. And Bone Coon will get a 6. One day I will fix these. Stupid. Yeah, there we go. All right, so Bonton, you will go first, and our thugs will go second. And that's
So
all
it's
that'll
just
go the
us.
first round. Everybody else will be here next round.
Oh, okay.
They're up the ladder, so they're gonna try to shoot down probably at you.
I will look up at them straight in their eyes with the greatest confidence, and I'll say, Moloch has sent me. He needs a sacrifice.
All right, roll an intimidation check.
Can it be deception?
I guess, sure.
Yeah, because I'm trying to deceive them, I guess.
Fair enough. So they're leveling they're leveling guns at you, and then they look uncertain and they glance at each other. Those two are gonna skip their turn, but Bear, the ones upstairs, did not sort of look Bonton in the eyes. So 2 of them are gonna shoot you. So you need 2 speed defense roll.
I do.
Yeah. All of you hear the sound of gunshot.
I'm trained in this.
Okay.
It's close quarters.
Oh yeah, real close quarter.
Nice.
I want that one to shoot one of his friends.
Oh my
And I
god.
want that one to shoot another one of his friends.
Okay, so those 2 shoot each other. They're on opposite sides of you, and they both pull their weapons up as shit hits the fan, and shoot right past each other, right past you, and into each other, and you see them both fall to the ground. But the whole house begins to come alive as there is a number of other guards, and everyone else can join the initiative now.
But perhaps since I have a double minor effect, I can have bolted backwards and knocked one of the other guys down the hole.
No, you killed 2 of them. That's enough already.
Damn it.
All right. Oh, it looks like Milo already managed to add himself in. That's nice. Okay.
Yep.
Good. So Joseph, you have a special training or something?
No.
Okay. And we have Elsie at 3. Add Elsie. Okay. Elsie, all right, so Bear, the thugs just went. It is technically your turn now.
Okay, now I shove one down the damn hole.
Okay. That'll be a might attack, probably. He's gonna fall right on Bonton, so that's nice. Oh yeah, you got him. Bonton, one of the dudes sort of stumbles and trips and falls down the ladder, and you need a speed defense check to dodge it. Oh yeah. He falls, and you just sort of step nimbly aside as he crashes to the ground at your feet.
So, with my ability, if I pass the speed defense roll, I get to make an immediate attack.
Well, he's prone at your feet.
I know, so I am going to pull
Rob
the
is
dagger out
thirsty.
and throw it up at the guy that was looking me straight in the eye.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an ability I have called Pierce.
Okay.
So
Go for it.
clearly something
A critical hit. Yeah, what would you like that to look like?
it goes straight into his eye.
Yeah, just go straight into his eye, and that dude just falls and lands on his brother below. So that didn't go too good. Milo, you see two guards. It looks like fall in front of you into at the bottom of the ladder.
All right, I look over at Joseph. And I'm like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta blow up this portal. And I start setting up dynamite next to the both sides of the portal with extra long fuses.
Yep.
And start lighting them.
So I'm going to say you already had that kind of done inside, and so now you only have to do it outside. But yeah, let's do a speed roll to see how quickly you can get that done.
I'll help him since I'm right there and it's my turn.
Okay, you can aid him, and it looks like your boy's got this fight under control.
Okay, so I have an aid. Bam! 4.
Oh yeah, you're you guys are getting that done very quickly and carefully. Not your first dynamiting session here. Bonton and Bear upstairs. You see a whole lot of more thugs are bursting down the stairs.
I'm going to barricade the kitchen door.
Okay.
With
Yeah,
a
you
few-
slam the kitchen door and begin barricading it.
Bodies are very hard to move, so I'm barricading it with bodies.
Okay. There's just the one fellow who's still alive in here, and he watches you do that, sort of in confusion. Joseph also took a help action. It is Bonton's turn.
I will.
Isaac, can I get you to refresh your camera?
You certainly can, but I've changed locations now.
Ah.
Okay.
I also, while I'm barricading them with bodies, I just turn and just kind of let my teeth come out just a little bit and growl at that guy in an intimate.
He realizes he's barricaded in a room with a bunch of badasses. I think he's got the picture. Bonton, the guy is just up the stairs from you, up the ladder.
Yeah, so I will swiftly step up the stairs and attack that guy.
Yeah, I mean he's right there. His eyes are locked on Bear. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you just in the back, 2 knives in the back, and you can hear yes, finally, as the blood begins to pour over your hands from the blades. And the last guy alive in this room is down. Elsie, you sort of move back into this realm, and you see your body. It's sort of like a weird deja vu effect as you look down at your body on the ground.
He's actually up in the kitchen.
Okay. Oh, right. Well, you don't see your body where you left it. Sarah, are you frozen?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh.
do.
But
Let it go.
yeah. Wow.
It went right to the same screen.
Exact same picture.
Alright, that's fine. It's really
All right,
still
so we got a still. It's a pretty good still, I'd say.
Yeah.
So the but yeah, you don't see your body on the floor where you left it.
I look over at Bear.
He's upstairs. He's up the ladder. You'd have to climb up the ladder to go find Bear.
Okay. I feel like that's probably the smart decision is to find my bodies, so
Yeah,
let's do that.
You step over the bodies at the base of the ladder or on them, and
Do I float or do I actually like step?
no, you kind of just glide.
Yeah, so I glide over those and locate my corpse.
Yeah, you find your body just sort of laid on the ground upstairs amongst a bunch of 2 guys who have been shot are just laying like on either side of you.
I did pretty good for not being conscious.
As you walk up, you feel your body stand up and then just sort of step into you in a sudden moment of a little bit of a shock for a second. But yeah, your body just stands up and greets you and just sort of merges with you.
Cool. I look around in the kitchen, see if there's anybody else coming.
Looks like a bear is working to barricade the door with all of the bodies, and he's dragging them one by one over there. You hear a loud racking on the door.
Who is it?
Intruders! We'll have your heads for this.
Intruders? Where? Honey, get
They're
up.
They're just angry. You hear some shots being fired through the door.
Oh, I say, honey, get up. Or wait, no. Sweetheart, get up. Put your clothes on. There's intruders in the house.
There's angry shouts and muffled angry sounds from the other side.
It's
so that's
just us
been
in here.
You can roll a deception check. It's going to be very difficult. Okay, yeah, that seems to confuse them, but you do hear some of them are still continuing to batter on the door. So I'm going to roll for a strength check for them to see if they can batter that door. They're working on it. The door begins to splinter, but you don't need to go through that door to get out the back of this house.
Wait, we're putting our clothes on.
I literally thought that was difficulty level 12 whenever I saw that.
No, it's a 12. I rolled a 20, a d20.
Yeah, I picked that up after you said they didn't break down the door.
So no, they didn't break it down, but but you did notice. Well, I mean, you know that the back door is completely free. Basically, there's a free doorway right out the back.
Cool. I tell everyone, hey, let's go this way, hurry. And I run towards the back door.
It's where you came in. So as you rush out, you break out and you see there's a couple of guys at the corner of the house, and they're running towards the back door and they see you. Let's see, who are we at in order? I think it's Bear. Isaac, you there?
Bear just slows to a walk and goes towards him. Oh, there's trouble in the house. Get in there. This lady and I were
I start
getting
buttoning
out.
up my blouse and reach over and help him with his shirt.
All right, you guys can roll, or somebody, I guess Isaac or Bear can roll a performance check on that, as they seem confused and their guns are definitely in the process of being leveled.
Yes.
All right, roll a speed defense check as one of them shoots at you.
At both of us or him?
Just him.
That seems appropriate. Terrible performance.
It misses badly. It misses badly, and you hear him, "Get him!" And those two are right there in front of you, Bear. But that's your turn. You tried to to bamboozle them. Milo, yeah, you look out the back door and see two guys coming.
All right, we had the dynamite set at the doorway, right?
Yep.
The gateway.
That's
I
right.
light that shit.
Yeah.
I start running up the ladder, and I'm gonna make myself look like JD Rock.
Really interesting. Okay, so you change appearance into the silver-suited, flowing-haired, twinkly-eyed fellow, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mainly the silver suit, the hairstyle, the facial hair, all that. Like,
Okay.
it may not be exact, but at the same time, like, I'm using my Dreamcraft ability to make myself look like I'm JD Rock.
Gotcha. All right, so that's Milo's turn. Joseph, you just saw Milo light the dynamite and run.
Yeah, I just follow up the ladder and make my way out the back door.
Okay, as you're making your way out the back door, you see two men are engaged in a gunfight with Bear. Seems to have brought words to the gunfight.
I'm
Cross
just
the
gonna
laws
throw
for this
my
guy.
hatchet at one of them, the one who hasn't shot yet.
Okay, so you're hatcheting? All right, go for it. Is that a speed attack or a might attack? I don't know.
It's hard to say,
Depends.
right? It's a thrown weapon.
How you want to do it, dude?
I think with a hatchet, I think it's a might attack.
I'm gonna do might then, and I'll use 2 levels of effort.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got him. How much damage is it?
They're just people, so it's like 6, 7,
Oh.
6.
Yeah, 6 is enough to just absolutely full chestal contact, and he goes blasting backwards, falling to the ground, spinning downwards. Bonton?
So is there anybody still in the house with us?
Well, they're about to get through that door by the end of this round.
Is there an upstairs?
Yes, there is.
Well, from this point
But it's through
in the
that
house,
mob outside the barricaded door.
It's through what?
It's through the mob that's trying to break through the kitchen door.
Oh, okay. So we're kind of stuck in a kitchen, but I thought you said there was a back door.
There is a back door. Yeah, absolutely a back door. And it's the way you came in here.
Okay. I reached down and grabbed my ivory dagger that I threw at that guy and run through the back door.
Absolutely. As you run through the back door, you see there's one guy off to your left who is whose gunshot just rang out in an attack against Bear. There's another guy down on the ground with a hatchet, and yeah.
So does it look like Bear's out there in danger?
I don't know if you'd say one normal dude is much of a danger to Bear.
Okay.
Not danger, no.
In that case,
he's already shot his load.
in that case, I start just spotting around for a safe exit strategy.
Seems like the best way is probably through the fields off to your right.
Okay. Yes, I'll prepare to go that way.
Okay. And Elsie?
Seeing as Bear is being attacked, I'll go ahead.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm gonna punch the guys in the face.
Well, there's only one guy, and he's right there, so you got it.
Actually, I'm gonna go for the gut punch.
Ooh, nice.
So,
Adding insult to injury, I guess.
it's okay.
Are you
So I
trained?
kinda-
Or... It's only a 3, so you might have hit.
I don't know anymore by now. Are we trained? Are we allowed to be trained?
You
no,
are
unless
trained
we,
and
like,
unarmed.
Invested in it.
Yes, she is trained.
Yes, I am.
You are trained.
Okay,
Okay.
yes.
In that case, yeah, you gut punch him, and what is it? 2 damage? Yeah. Or are you some sort of warrior? I think you have like some sort of warrior feat.
Hold on.
She is trained and unarmed, but not trained in any weapon use.
Hey, I have no need for weapons, so when I make an unarmed attack, such as a punch or a kick, I can choose whether it's considered a medium weapon or light weapon. And my fists are medium weapons.
You just absolutely catch this dude flabbergasted. His eyes are locked on Bear, and you just uppercut him right in the ribs, and he just folds. He's not dead, but he crumples under the weight of your fist of fury, and basically is at the mercy. Well, it's his turn. He tries to turn and limp away. That's his turn. Bear, your turn.
Get him, honey.
No, I don't need to kill this guy.
Honey Bear. Yeah.
I just pop him on the back of the head in a non-lethal manner.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna just allow that to happen as he crumples before you. He can't even run. Yeah, he just fades down to the ground.
If he had a pistol, though, I'd take it.
Oh, he had a pistol.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna take the one that's loaded.
Okay, that's from Hatchet Dude.
Yeah.
Hatchet Dude is not making it up. You guys disappear into the fields behind there as a few more guys run around the back of the house and start yelling at each other to search the area.
When
All
all
right.
of a sudden, from the basement.
Yeah, the
Oh.
explosions.
As you're running towards the wheat fields, there's like this fireball that erupts behind you, and you're like thrown forward, Hollywood style. And the guys who are sort of shouting around the house are blasted in all directions as you guys fling yourselves away from full Tom Cruise style, flying with the blast behind you into the wheat fields, planting face first, and then getting up to continue running as the blast goes off.
All right, I imagine we run around the stockades over here, the whatever, and we start making our way back towards the Curran house.
Okay.
You know, importantly, do you think that Chateau's going to be able to pay his loan back now?
You guys put a lot of dynamite down there.
No, we put a few in the ethereal realm, so that doesn't necessarily affect his house.
But
We
I
had 2
opened the
sticks.
gateway, Ivy. I permanently opened the gateway with my sword.
No, we put 2 sticks by the gateway, so that is destroyed.
Yeah, he puts sticks in the house for sure.
Yeah, there's like 2 sticks in the house, in the basement, 15 feet beneath the ground level. So I don't know how much damage it's going to cause to the like top floors. Maybe not much, but it definitely will destroy the gateway.
Well, it's unclear how much damage has been done to the house as you guys are sprinting away in the night.
Nice.
Now, Bear, Grills immediately flies into East St. Louis to take a look. And you can see through her eyes as she circles above, there's a active, hot ground war, door to door in East St. Louis.
Fuck.
It looks like the homeowners are fighting back quite ferociously.
Great guerrilla war. Okay. I
It's
don't know.
it looks like street by street, alley by alley, snipers on the rooftops kind of thing.
Well, should we help them?
I don't know. I think they look like they may have it handled.
No, I think we should help.
Okay.
Yeah, the night is full of the sounds of gunshots.
No, look, guys. If we come here along Grand Avenue, like say right here, and we just are taking pot shots at the back ranks of Chateau's forces, we'll be okay. I mean, I got a carbine. We can reload and all that kind of fun shit. No one's gonna know where the fuck the shots are coming from because it's like loud as shit. It's late at night.
I'm fine shooting people. That's what I do.
So you guys circle back around? All of you or who?
Well, I am.
Okay. Joseph?
I'm gonna come and join, the Irish immigrants here.
Okay, so you're running into the fray, not sort of fighting in the back.
No.
All right.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, sounds like Fontane's joining. So we're going to kind of narrate this because as you guys arrive, you see that the Chateau's forces have already been largely fought to a stalemate. And when you arrive and attack them from the back, and Joseph starts wading in with his sword, and Bear is sniping off some of the more dangerous fellows, and Bonton, just a shadowy tornado of fiery blades. The Chateau's forces break rapidly, and just begins running, and you can see that they're getting curb stomped by Irish immigrants, and as the ones that don't make it out of there. They largely ignore.
I don't shoot them as they run. They're fully beaten at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they break, and those that are not lucky enough to be close enough to an alley of escape are getting dragged down and beaten in large groups by immigrants.
No, that's why I walk away.
But the rest of you, Bonton, Joseph, you are noticed in that fight.
Yes.
And you see, Joseph, you see Filoni. He sort of emerges from a group of men as you cut down one of the guys, and the Chateau forces begin to break. He sort of makes eye contact with you with a big smile as he continues running after one of the fleeing men.
I tip my hat to him from across the battlefield.
Yep. Now, some of the houses are on fire, so there's definitely been a lot of property damage, especially in the northern part of this sector. But the battle does not go particularly well for Chateau's forces.
Is there a well nearby?
Yeah, and in fact, there's a brigade already set up. It seems like the city is also mustering forces over here to help with this. As the mayor and the city government is sympathetic to the immigrants.
Would it be
Well-
too conspicuous to use my telekinesis powers to just levitate water out of the well to the houses?
I think that would be pretty conspicuous. There are a lot of eyes on the scene.
I go over my head what I think will happen if I do that. You know what? I
It's up
draw
to
a
you.
card. I draw a card on it.
Okay.
Use my premonition powers. I go ahead and roll a 20 just for fun.
Okay.
11, whatever that means.
Okay, you have a... I'm gonna say you draw the card for leadership.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it then.
Okay. As you do it, you watch people as they stop bailing water. You know, the brigade lines they sort of pause and stare at you, and begin whispering amongst each other. Then they proceed to continue what they're doing.
Cool. Yeah, and I try to save some houses.
Yeah. So you guys do everything you can. You work through the night to save as many houses as possible. And you are able to contain the fire and not let it spread throughout East St. Louis, which was definitely at risk of doing before. You know, if significant efforts had not been used to contain it. And while there's a lot of property damage, a lot of dead and injured and casualties, yeah, the situation is brought under control by morning.
I spend the rest of my time going around and healing people with my hands.
And you begin to have like a little coterie of children that follow you about, like a gate, you know, just like watching you with wide eyes and just this sort of feeling of worship.
I'm the Wizard of East St. Louis.
Well, you know, they're mostly Irish, but there's other sort of little kids who just don't speak English at all, and they're just following you around. It's probably 24 by the end of the night. And the night passes, you know, it's a long night because there's a lot of fires, a lot of injured. And how are the rest of you want to participate?
Well, I want to go survey the damage by the coast and see what's happening there.
Okay. Well, I mean, you see this wall of water creeping its way very, very slowly onto the land. It's flailing.
Even though we took down the barrier, like all that shit.
From what you can tell, it has not impacted this creature.
Bonton, you want to come and join me?
I am not going anywhere near that. But I will
Bon
tell you,
temps.
I think that Gordo was a coincidence. I think that there might
Perhaps.
be another terror somewhere down in
Perhaps.
the
But Bonton, let's face it. If you could, like, you've seen this creature. If you can see if this had any impact whatsoever, it could be a help.
Grills can see through shadows.
Milo, I trust you. I will go with you this one time. But believe me when I say, I will drag you to hell with me if I die.
For sure, for sure. We go and check it out.
All right.
Grills goes as well.
Okay. As the two of you head down Davis Street towards the docks, Bonton, you just hear the whimpering of Anqua. No. And Milo, you hear this whining like this of this. It's almost like a, you know, like an injured wolf howl, like this. This sad, fearful dog kind of sound emerging from Bonton.
Okay.
Bonton, as you approach, the creature is more powerful. There's no doubt.
Can I gauge the distance it's covered since the last time I was there?
Yeah, let's roll a perception check. You can't really tell for sure, but it's now consumed at least 2 or 3 more rows of houses. And it seems to, the wall of water itself has completely emerged from the river. It's making faster progress.
Mila, this thing is going to swallow this whole town if we
removed
get
an
it to figure out.
What does Grill see when she looks at it?
So if you look at the picture down there at the bottom, Isaac, it's this whirling mass of tentacles and mouths. On the top is this strange hat-like thing with a sort of a branch of flesh emerging from it. And then there are these attached sort of other balls of tentacles and mouths that sort of move around, and they seem all to just be this one hive creature that's all connected.
Okay.
It does seem focused on emerging from the water right now.
Which should strike me as odd because it prefers places of water, right?
Yeah, that you have reason to believe that. That's in the texts and such.
Well, it may want to submerge part of this city in water, so that could be part of the issue. No doubt there's another portal we need to close, but perhaps we should seek the guidance of the local tribes to defeat this beast.
We should seek the guidance.
As you guys are debating, because this is
on the Iroquois.
Yes.
As you guys are debating, because there was a large part of the night spent fighting and cleaning up. The daybreak begins to fall, and you see the creature quickly begin to retreat, just sliding down like it's sliding down a hill, just sliding back into the water and disappearing as the first rays of sunlight begin to break over the river.
When it's doing that, I want to go to the riverbank and use my dagger and kind of see if I can perceive any point in the water where the barrier may be the most weakest.
Okay. As you look out into the water, you can see, it seems like far, far away from you, below the water level, it's unclear distance, but far. This is a huge river, obviously. And as you look out, you can just see the darkness, the wasteland, all beneath the water, just as far as you can see in both directions at an indeterminate distance.
Okay. Is there any kind of focal point where the creature might be going towards?
Not that you can see from here.
Maybe on the other side of the river. Alright. Next game.
Alright. So, as you guys are regrouping and the fires are being put out in East St. Louis, Filoni, I'm gonna call him, what's an Irish name? Timothy. Timothy Filoni. He finds you, Joseph, and says, you might want to keep a little under your hat, if you understand.
I know I need to find a place to rest. I'm sure
What I mean is, there's a lot to talk now about you.
I kind of wanted to make a splash amongst the community.
Well, a splash you made.
That was the Leviathan.
I'll need a safe place to rest. I'm exhausted.
Well, you're welcome at my place. Anytime. I got a couple of rooms upstairs.
We'll be staying at the Kerwin house. I'm just worried about the forces, the chateau mansion forces reacting to what I've done.
Well, you're being seen, mate. They're going to know. I'd be on guard if I were you.
I might take up refuge in one of these houses for the night. Maybe one of these families will let me stay, just so I can get a good night's rest without having to worry about being ambushed.
Well, we gave them a good beating. I don't think they're going to be around tonight, but if you like, you can stay at my bar.
I will. I go find a nice place and follow his bar.
Yeah, he's got a couple of rooms. He doesn't really rent them and just kind of have them. But you find it pretty tidy and well made up there. And there's a heavy lock on the inside. Elsie, what were you doing during all that?
I was helping people as I made my way to the Brandon case and making sure their house was unscathed and safe.
So as you knock on the door of the Brannicky thing, it immediately opens and you see Tom, and he's got a very worried look. Oh my! Please! He grabs you and pulls you in and locks the door. What's going on out there?
Chaos. The Irish and the Germans and the demons and the devils, and you don't want to know. As long as you're safe here, it's best to stay here.
Well, a few of my brothers went out. I don't know. They took their guns. I haven't
They'll be
seen them
fine.
though.
I did not see them among the fallen.
Oh, well, that's
So that's
good.
a good thing.
That's good, I guess.
I'm sure they'll return.
He looks very worried.
Which brothers?
Charles and... Oh god, I gotta look up their names now.
Noah. I remember Noah.
No, Noah
No,
wouldn't.
not Noah, definitely not Noah. Charles and Oliver, I think.
Well, I hope Oliver's okay.
You never liked Charles, I don't think.
Nope.
And
Charles was Emma's date.
he goes, well, Charles was always a bit of a hothead. Kind of had it out for the immigrants. I tried to tell him that it was Oliver.
I'm sure Oliver will return. Let's go pray for him.
Okay. He sort of follows you up the stairs. Okay, Bonton, Milo, Bear, you participated in the fight?
Yeah, I mean, I participated in the fight, but I walked away and didn't help all night. I was going to find Milo after they got back from going to the river.
Okay.
Milo, can you call your green-eyed friend?
Which one?
The wispy lady.
Oh, the collector. What do you want to ask her?
Well, I have an idea. I think, and I'd take him to I lead him by the hand suggestively to the room where, the back room where all the records are, and I show him the deeds and the loans and the fact that it looks like big payment is due in the next week. I think we have a vested interest in keeping Citibank the institution. And I think that we need to do something about this situation in Europe. We cannot get there, but she might be able to. What I'd like to do is, I imagine that there is a significant estate of a certain Duke, whatever his name was. What was his name?
Harrington.
Duke Harrington in Ireland?
Yep.
In Ireland, that may be ripe for the picking of Citibank. Its former proprietor may not live there anymore. I think we should send her to take that, and then to provide it as collateral to this bank that has provided us all this money on these other things.
Wait, let me back up for a second. It's not currently collateral, as you say.
It does not seem to be owned by Citibank. I think it was owned by the Duke.
Okay. And the Duke's connection to Citibank?
Well, it might have to be a few arms twisted, a few deeds forged, whatever. Some errors created, perhaps.
Ah, but you just want extra assets put in Citibank's favor? Is that right?
Yeah, so that we can provide a little extra, give ourselves a little a room on this loan, find a way to pay it back.
Okay. Well, it may take us some time to get there. How much time do you think we have?
1 week.
1 week?
Would you mind calling her now?
That's like no time at all, my friend. I will see what I can do. I want to close my eyes. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to say, Akiri, can you hear me?
Please call me by my code name.
Well, Collector, it seems there may be a specialized task that you are suited for that requires your particular set of skills. There is an estate in the name of a duke. Isaac, what duke?
Harrington.
A Duke Harrington. We need you to secure the deed to this asset for Citibank. Can you do it?
This is indeed within my skill set. How shall I send you proof of it?
Don't send us proof. Give the deed as additional collateral to this bank at this location, this person.
All right. I relay that message to her.
Understood. This will require me to be at long distance for a significant period. You will be unable to contact me. If I need you, I will contact you.
Understood. And thank you. I appreciate your diligence.
It's a pleasure to work with you.
And with you. Now that we are allies.
Yeah, and
In there, it sucks.
and then she's just gone.
This lady is awesome.
And let's call the adventure there, as you guys regather for the most part at Kerwin Manor, sans Elsie, and the Kerwin house, and we'll start there. Everybody can take 1 XP point. Milo, well, I would say Bonton, you're 100% convinced that it was a mistake to close that, or to blow up that portal, or to blow up that shrine. And there is you now have at least some inclination that what Chateau was doing was slowing this beast.
Oh, he was trying to gain favor with a higher power to slow it down. Interesting. Okay.
Because this beast is, it was over a course of a few hours that, and the only thing that changed, as far as you know, was what happened at the mansion.
Okay.
Okay, and that is, but nobody else really has that knowledge or information. But that's probably, I would say that was probably told to you by Rahab.
Okay.
Rahab just sort of conveys that info to you, because, or at least that's his impression. That may not be correct, but that's his impression.
Do we know if the temple or the sacrificial room actually got destroyed?
Not really. But you know for sure that you angered whatever creature was in there.
We did hear an explosion.
Yes.
So.
And you definitely destroyed the rune.
I did, but then I successfully reallocated the source of power, I guess.
We may have consequences of that in the future. Yeah, so inscribing the rune of Rahab there, if any future sacrifices are made, who knows what consequence that will have.
My arm blows off.
Bonton just starts emanating dark power. Okay, so all right, so everybody take a point of XP, and we'll start next time with the adventure that I planned, which was a adventure at the Iroquois with a man with a guide named Kanatase and an entire what I want to call a puzzle. It's kind of a puzzle, kind of a trip, an acid trip. But I that was the adventure I had planned, but you guys went instead to a different place. I didn't know if you were going to go and root around in the Chateau mansion at this critical hour in the timeline. But yeah, we'll start. Well, next time we'll go to visit the Iroquois. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're actually going to do that. Let's commit to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, I think what we're going to do is we'll start with Kanatase just showing up at your house the next morning, being like, "I'm ready to go."
Like literally, we started for like one night, the whole night, and so there was no opportunity. So yeah, we're gonna go to the Iroquois next time.
Okay. All right. And all right, so that's the plan, and you guys definitely made some impact with that. I'm not sure if you're gonna like it though.
At least no one will remember us.
People are gonna remember Joseph.
But that's not how that works.
No, they forgot about us before we joined the Deathless Council.
No, you can make a reputation after.
Yep.
Oh.
They don't.
You can make a reputation after.
I thought they kept forgetting us. Okay.
No, it's like you have a new identity. It starts over upon your inauguration.
Oh, so his brothers will remember me.
Yeah, eventually. Noah will for sure. The others probably won't believe in your existence. Well,
But
and
Noah always
some of
tells
them
the
may not have
truth.
survived the evening, so that might not be too good.
It's okay. Charles was
Charles was a huge dick.
basically, yeah. It's no big loss.
But Joseph, you know, rumors are sweeping through the immigrant community of a knight or an old school mystical healer who carries a divine weapon and channels the energies of the god. So those rumors are now running rampant through East St. Louis. I think you're going to find a lot of welcoming arms over there. And similarly, you're going to find that you're on a lot of shit lists on the other side of town.
No, let's face it, JD Rock is gonna be on a shit list.
JD Rock is seen just before an explosion running from the mansion. Yes.
And shooting at people in the streets. I mean, that's all the case.
That's true. That's true. Silver-suited fellow.
Yep.
Okay. Bear, I don't know how that fits into your plan, but... okay, so you guys definitely made an impact. I guess Elsie won't be remembered. Bonton, you waded in, right? You waded into that fight, so...
yeah, but I would have kept to the shadows. I really don't want to be noticed.
Okay.
I helped some people.
Yeah, Elsie also was seen healing and comforting.
I was
maybe
more
not
just
quite
taking
the
pot
same way.
shots.
Huh?
I was more of just taking pot shots.
Oh yeah, you were just like, you know, emerging from the alley to stab a couple fools and disappear back into the shadow.
Yeah, dirty.
Okay, and Bear similarly was not seen. So really, this is about Joseph and a little bit of Elsie, and JD Rock whirling and dirling with revolvers in each hand.
Well, no, but I have like a rifle, but at the same time, it's like some guy in a silver suit was shooting a rifle, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like...
And somebody saw him running from the mansion. You know?
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's all like speculative. So it's just like, and how can it be in two places at once? Could it be in Colorado and here at the same time? Who knows? So,
Yeah, there's plenty of evidence of supernatural goings on in St. Louis right now, so people are about ready to believe a lot of things.
yep.
So, yeah, okay. So Joseph will become sort of a cult hero, and I think we'll keep that in mind. You're gonna have to remind me, Joseph, or Ben, and try to use it. Try to
the whole
leverage.
town thinks I'm a wizard.
Well, at least everybody in East St. Louis, everybody in on the other side of the river or the other side of the parks, probably think that you're just some you know. You're just some, thug who's gotten a reputation amongst the idiot immigrants.
Everyone who saw you manipulate water and like put out houses, like they worship you. So remember that. Yeah.
If not worship, at least look at you in awe.
Now I forget like the O'Fallon people.
O'Fallon was squarely on the side of the immigrants. Or
Okay.
no, O'Fallon was neutral. Melanphy was on the side of the immigrant.
Melanphy, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going to be champion of the immigrants, so I want to make friends with him.
He's probably gonna find you actually eventually, if you
Right.
or you can find him if you want. He'll take a meeting.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and he owes me his life. I guess he doesn't remember that now. It's too bad.
Nope, not anymore.
Fuck.
It's okay. It's fine.
I made a big deal out of that, and I haven't been able to recharge my fucking amulet since. And now he doesn't even remember.
Bro, you still got your owl. Come on, you can do it.
I've been told not to do that to my owl again.
But
Well-
you can do it.
Well, there may be a way. You may need to think creatively like Elsie did.
Oh
See,
no!
like-
The next time all these people that I knock out instead of kill, I'll just drag them all back to a rune circle and suck their life force.
Or do it slowly, incrementally, like over the course of a week. You know what I'm saying? Like
Time
20%.
of the
Yeah,
Kerwin.
exactly.
You go back to using the Kerwin Manor for a torture house and just go into and take one life point on it.
No.
Well, there's already a dedicated torture room at the Kerwin Manor.
I mean,
You all sound like a bunch of vampires.
Oh my god.
We're getting closer and closer.
well, I mean,
And we
Right.
already have a jail to keep these people. I mean, like where the vampires do. And
Or Bear, you can use your own life force to recharge the amulet.
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Use a little of yourself, a little of Grills, do it like once a day for an entire week, and you recharge the amulet. How about that?
That is a good idea. I will give.
Yeah, exactly, man. Think outside the box.
Outside the amulet. All right. Good game,
All right.
guys.
Perfect, guys. Everybody take an XP, and we'll start next week with, basically a knock on the door of the current house.
okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This, good times. You guys mitigated. I was thinking that this was going to kind of happen in the background, but you guys
I
mitigated.
wasn't sure which direction you were putting us, honestly, with the whole, swarm of mobsters outside the house. I just thought that was where we were supposed to go.
Yeah.
I was
mean,
just trying to heavily foreshadow that this thing was going to happen while you weren't here, or whatever.
Gotcha.
Well, naturally, we're gonna take that on. You know what I'm saying? It had to happen.
All right. Well, good times. You guys mitigated that disaster somewhat, and then exacerbated another ongoing disaster somewhat. So that was good.
Yeah, I mean, 6 one way, half a dozen the next.
All right. So let's call it there, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Awesome.
All right, GG.
All right.
GG.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gabe
Later, y'all.
Greasebomb. The good gamer.
All right. I'm gonna press end stream.
Bye.
I'm gonna press
Peace,
it.
guys.
Later.